notes.
I have so
Hi.
many.
Hello. Greetings. Welcome. Welcome to welcome to our perfect intros every single episode. Welcome to Garden of the Giants, our mouse guard game here. We're on episode 3 now. I'm significantly less stressed than I was at the beginning of last week's episode. So that's nice.
You're only drowning.
Yeah, well, not anymore. I got pulled out of the water. Remember? We spent a check on it and everything.
Yeah, no, I know. Doesn't mean you're not drowning.
Okay, well, I'm gonna not worry about that for now, because we have an intro to get through. Jesus. Lauren, how's your week been?
Oh, okay. I was in for a wedding over the weekend.
You're cutting out on Discord for me. Is that happening for everyone or just me?
I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna real quick. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, beautiful people across the whole world. Welcome to me switching the Discord server real quick and seeing if it helps. Hello? Any better? Are we good?
Not sure.
Hello. Is
Hi,
it better
Lauren.
for you?
It seems better.
Okay.
How was your week?
It was all right for everybody. I was in Saskatoon over the weekend for a wedding.
Where is that?
Saskatoon is a city in Saskatchewan, Canada. Saskatchewan is the
Gotcha.
province that looks like a rectangle.
Cool.
It's Canada's Colorado.
It's
Does that mean
It's-
weed is legal there?
no, it's all prairies. It's very well. No, it's not all prairies, because if you say that to somebody from Saskatchewan, they'll get very angry at you and show you a book about North Saskatchewan, which is beautiful and mountainous. But southern Saskatchewan is just prairies. So it's really windy there. And I was wearing a lot of dresses because I had never been there before. And my skirt got blown up a whole lot
Oh no.
just walking down the street. It was real sad.
Oof. Oof.
But I did get to go to a wedding. So
That's nice. Weddings are I have positive feelings about weddings in general.
I do too. I think they're very fun. I really like to dance. But I don't like clubs and like club
Mhm.
dancing.
Yeah.
Also, this wedding's music was almost 100% requests, and so it was very weird and incredibly varied. Like we had like Get Low by Little John, followed by like S Club 7, followed by like Twist and Shout. It was
Wow.
and like walk around the clock. It was the weirdest.
That's awesome.
It was so fun.
That is so good.
Also, they had dice for the kissing game, which was really cool. They
Wait,
made
what?
really. So there's this dumb game at wedding receptions where they for some people just want to watch the couple kiss a whole lot, and so traditionally, if you clank your fork against a glass, the bride and the groom are supposed to kiss. But generally, people are like, no, because that's too easy to do. So then they start coming up with other weird things to do. At my brother's wedding, you had to say something in a different language. But for this one, they just bought these. The bride made these dice. They bought giant styrofoam cubes and made 2 6-sided dice. And if you rolled the dice, and you got an even number, the bride and the groom had to kiss. But if you got an odd number, you had to kiss someone.
Sounds like a way to
Ooh,
spread mono.
the gamble. Yeah, you know, I like
but
to
it
go
is-
to a wedding when I have mono.
Yeah. It is in fact my least favorite wedding tradition.
It
Because
is,
why do we need to watch them kiss?
It's so weird.
it is a little
Yeah.
odd. This is the first I'm hearing of it, but I haven't been to a wedding in a while.
I've experienced
Yikes.
the glass tapping thing, but never any other permutations of that. And it does get annoying as hell because every 5 seconds it's like ding 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 ding, like as everyone like joins in, and there's just chorus of tinking glasses, and it's like, okay, well, I was talking to Bob, catching up on his daughter who has this terminal illness, but yeah, I guess we'll make out now.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow. Ooh, okay.
That's why
Well,
it's obnoxious. One of many reasons.
It's also
yikes.
I lost internet, but it's also a really good way to break glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Like a really good way to break glasses.
Yeah. Oh god, that's gotta be really embarrassing too. And you're just like doing this thing and then smash. Oh fuck.
At that point, that's the universe giving you a sign to stop that bullshit.
I guess.
Covered
Yeah.
in wine.
Mistakes were made.
I just
Wine
want
belongs
people
in
to
your
kiss.
mouth, not on the floor in a pile of shattered glass.
Absolutely.
Good
not-
life tips with Knox.
Yes, good life tips with Nox. Welcome to our Wednesday show, Life Tips with Nox. Noctua, how was your week?
It was fine. What did I do? I didn't do a lot. Had a job interview.
Ooh.
I went on a hike yesterday. My first legit hike.
Nice.
I ascended 600 or 800 feet in about a mile. So that really whooped my ass. And then the rest of the trail was nice and flat, and it took me to a view of the valley that Salt Lake is in, and the rest of the surrounding cities that you can see down into. So that was really cool. Today I wanted to do more, but my body was like, no, you're tired from the hike, so you should nap. So, yep.
I know that feeling. Everybody always tells me, Dylan, you should go for a hike. It's super energizing. And I'm like, look, a 5-minute walk is energizing. A 5-hour hike is not.
Well, I will tell you that when I came back, so I left around 5 o'clock. It doesn't get dark here until after 9, so I had plenty of time.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So I left around 5. I didn't get home until about 8:30. And the trail is like 15 minutes away, which is the really nice thing about living here. Trails are super close. But I could not sleep at all last night because my body was like, body or mind, I'm not sure which, but it was like, hey, you went on a hike. Now it's time to hunt for tonight's meal, you know?
Yeah.
So it energized me, but not in a way that I was able to take advantage of.
Oh, that's too bad. Ethan, what about you? I know you've had a long day today, but how's your week in general been?
Fine. It's been fine because I haven't done much.
I feel it.
Did I do anything this week? No, I think I just finished up some like odds and ends, and then
Mm-hmm.
We did a podcast, but we do that every other week. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
get
exciting.
to-
oh, I did editing a podcast all weekend, and
Do
then
you get to know what the podcast is?
oh yeah, too many RPGs.
Yeah.
I don't know
But-
if
Fair.
What's the episode?
it was about Lauren's favorite podcast.
It was my favorite podcast, Heart Points.
Oh.
I was really, I had, and they really liked it, which is really nice.
Yay.
To like know that these people that I like a whole bunch and like the thing that they made liked the thing I made.
That's super awesome.
Also, fun fact that is Mouse Guard related: their cat is named Lockhaven,
Nice.
because they also really love Mouse Guard.
It's a good game and
good game.
series. It's good stuff. I feel like there's somewhat of a dearth of good mouse related media, but Mouse Guard hits that spot really well.
I mean, there's Tale of Despero.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Oh my
And of
god.
course, and obviously all the Redwall books.
Yeah, but like I mean, Redwall came out a long time ago. I feel like at this
Yeah.
point, like there isn't a whole lot of mouse stuff being made on the regular.
There's also what is it called? Mystics and Mice, or Mice and Mystics, or whatever, which is a board
Mice
game.
and Mystics.
Oh yeah, that looks really cool.
Oh, yeah,
it's,
that's
it's
like
a very
a-
cool like
Is that like the-
halfway RPG.
It's like Mouse Guard, but not
board
Mouse
game.
Guard.
Yeah, that's like the dungeon crawly board game
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on was it Tabletop?
They
Geek
played
and
it. Yeah.
Sundry. Yeah, that looked super interesting, and then I completely forgot about it. That's a good point.
You know what I want to see one day is a crossover between Mouse Guard, Pugmire, and Monarchs of Mal.
Is that dogs, cats, and mice?
Mm-hmm.
You just want a big episode of Tom and Jerry?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
All right, so somebody write the Tom and Jerry RPG and send it to Nox. Yeah. Do we wanna play some Mouse Guard today? Is that a thing we want to do?
Yeah.
I had assumed that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like
alright.
that.
I think that's why I
Well-
put makeup on today.
Yeah, that's why I took a shower. So Ethan, our game master, do you wanna get us into the narrative, into the game? Let us know where we're at.
Well,
Oh, do we have to
What?
do
Yeah.
recap? Is that a thing? That's a thing, right?
it's
Oh,
part
yeah,
of the
it is.
mechanics.
I should probably do that because I'm really low on nature right now. Let's see, what am I at? Yeah, I'm at 3 out of 5 with my nature.
Wow.
So
I
where are
really like
where are
taxing my nature. So previously on Garden of the Giants, when we came into last week's episode, Late had been captured by the scary one-eyed owl, Moonbeak. And Clara and Tulip went after Late to try and save her, mostly Tulip urging Clara on, and mostly Clara just being really afraid. And as they like climbed up the tree and did that stuff, Late had like a riddle duel with Moonbeak that she totally aced, and essentially became an honorary mouse guard in that moment.
And, yeah, in my mind, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And once Clara and Tulip got up there, there was a bit of an argument where Clara wanted to like look out for where this mouse witch's house was, but eventually was convinced not to. And the group decided instead to go to the pumpkin patch, where they found a town of hamsters that were living in pumpkin houses and were really, really stuck in their ways and did not listen to the mice at all. And it was not annoying at all, not one bit. But importantly, Late really stepped up and was like, I am a mouse guard, definitely for sure. Well, Tulip and Clara were like, no, you're not, stop lying to everyone. But we got some good info on some of the locations throughout the garden. There's apparently a cat, which we don't really know what that is, but we've been told it's large and dangerous. And the cat roams the pathway. And then the mouse witch, whose name is escaping me at the moment.
Esther?
Esther, yes. Was to like the north. past the pond with the toad in it. So we headed off towards the pond with the toad. Clara fell in, and Tulip and Late helped her out. But as we, got up onto the bank of this weird, like, airy, floaty, possibly magical pond, the toad called out to Tulip. And I believe that's where we left off.
Yeah, so you guys had kind of crawled out of the water, and the toad did speak to you and mentioned something of someone having a light inside of them. Which is curious. But we left last time in the player phase. Dylan still had one check left. So, is there anything you'd like to do while you're in the Pond of Reflection? It's a big pond, like I said. It's I don't know if I should I get that hand. I should probably make that a handout real quick. I'll do that while you're thinking and talking.
Yeah.
I think just a pond picture.
I think I might weather watch with my last check.
Okay.
Because I didn't do that last session,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a check, and nothing really in here to. Oh, I guess yeah. Because if this were D&D, I'd be like, I want to insight check the toad, right? But yeah, I think. I think Weather Watcher makes sense. Here, so I want to check the weather, and I want the weather to be. Friends, what do we want the weather to be today? Do we want it to be sunny?
I think so.
So maybe a little like not as muggy, like a
Yeah,
little
let's do
cooler
like
was
sunny,
Sunny.
with a breeze.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sunny
you're-
with a cool breeze.
As you'll remember, summertime has a ob of 4 for predicting
Yep.
the weather.
Yep. It's fine. I'm going to use Weather Sense
Mm-hmm.
for myself.
Okay. Good way to start the day.
So that puts me at a 3.
I'll help.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So that puts me
I'll
at
help.
4.
With what am I helping with? I'll help with Scout because I'll find you a really tall rock
Okay, I like it.
so you can see the sky.
So that puts me to 4. And then I can spend a persona to give myself +1 die, right?
Correct.
Or I could tax my nature real quick. Is weather watching against mouse nature?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn it. Yeah, I guess 4 dice is good enough, right? How lucky am I feeling today? We'll find out.
Are you feeling?
Let's see, 4d6. Greater than 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see how we do. First roll of the day.
Mm.
Okay, so I could spend a fate to explode that 6.
Mm-hmm. And hope for
and hope
roll
for a
3 more
lot of
6s.
6s. Fuck it, yeah, I'm feeling lucky. Let's do it.
Oh.
Well, nope.
Halfway there.
Well,
An attempt was made.
I'm looking at conditions real quick.
Oh no. You could always just make it a complication.
Not today.
Rip.
Because I don't think I gave you guys a single condition last time.
Rip. Okay.
So, Tulip helped, correct? Late did not help.
Late did not.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do a twist. It is sunny today with a nice light breeze. However, tonight you expect rain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I knew you were going
no.
to say that.
Okay.
You expect a thunderstorm.
Oh, no.
All right.
There's the weather's going to turn tonight. We shouldn't stay here long. I look nervously at the toad.
The toad kind of just, because his eyes are closed,
Mm-hmm.
kind of barely opens one up to look at you. Just to I know what you're doing. Hmm. But you will stay for now.
Just look at everybody else
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like a bad idea.
Join me. Join me.
we didn't.
Oh,
We,
now we can do bigs.
At the beginning is the GM phase. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
does it happen during the GM phase?
No, it's
No,
just
it's just that's we're in the GM phase now, right?
Yeah.
Because we're out
Yes,
of checks.
we are.
Yeah.
All right.
it's more that the big should be asked for when you set up the situation,
Yeah.
right? That way you can more correctly have a good goal.
Gotcha.
So I don't know, is anyone's beliefs or instincts changing?
No.
Should we go over? I say them though for
Yeah.
our own memory.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
for the audience.
So just start with Dylan.
Okay.
What are Clara's bigs this session?
Her belief is, as the eldest, I need to put on an air of responsibility. And her instinct is, I will always explore new places. Her goal, oof, that's a real good question. You're gonna have to get back to me on that.
Okay. Lauren, what are Tulip's bigs?
Oh, I was hoping you'd do me last. Okay. Yeah, that's a good goal. Wait, are our goals meta goals or they're story goals?
I don't actually know. I think they can be either.
Okay.
I don't think your character knows that they have this goal always, right?
Yeah.
They're not like, I'm gonna do this today.
Because I mean, there are so my belief is the best way is to learn by doing. And my instinct is never leave a friend behind, in parentheses, bugs are friends. But so my goal is either, this is Tulip's goal, Tulip wants to talk to the bees
Mm-hmm.
because she just found out there are bees that can talk.
Right?
But there's also the goal about learning magic from the toad.
Well,
Do you
he
know-
did. He did say that there's a light in us, so
Yeah, figure out what I think Tulip is still really excited about the bees though. So I think her goal is I will talk to the bees.
All right. Late?
so can I change all of them?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Okay. So they're not huge changes, they're just little tweaks. So my belief is now knowledge is power and bugs must be tolerated.
Oh.
Oh, growth.
That's some good character growth.
My instinct is just another minor change, which is I seek out new information versus, the mysterious or whatever. And then
Okay.
the goal is also another minor change. I will meet the rest of the inhabitants of the garden so I can find out more about them and this place.
Okay. Let's wrap around back to Dylan for a goal.
My goal for today is to explore something strange.
Okay. Cool.
That'll-
Perfect.
That's easy. You got
That's
that.
gonna come up.
Yep.
So the toad, which I believe we had talked about last time, his name is Walton.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Walton the toad
Don't like it.
has asked you to join him. Effectively, he kind of like his hands are on the stone that he's sitting upon, and he kind of like flips one over as if to like, and then points to the next stone next to him. Join me.
Well,
I don't think this is a good idea.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. And I step in front of the group, my stick out, like to my side.
I'll like reach out for Leighton, like, hold on. Maybe
He's a really big toad, Late.
I puff my chest out.
Like he could eat us.
I have no intention of eating you today.
Good, because if you did, I might try to eat you back. I have quite the appetite if you haven't noticed. I pat my stomach.
Walton actually smiles.
well,
Like-
he's
Kind of like a Grinch smile where the corners of his mouth kind of twist a little bit.
he's been
Look.
polite so far.
But
Oh,
I want to go talk to the bees.
I know, but this is the first person who's actually wanted to talk to us.
The birds wanted to talk to us.
That's a bit more like the birds wanted to talk at us. You can stay here where you're safe.
Yeah,
I'll-
not going to go on the rock. She's going to stay on the shore.
I'll move around the edge of the pond to where like the stepping stones go, and I'll like clamber down and start hopping across the pond.
Okay. Anyone else following?
Yeah, I would have like positioned myself in front of everybody
Okay.
to get closer to the frog for sure.
I'm on the shore. Don't trust it. It's big and scary. It eats fireflies. Nothing about this endears me to the toad.
You have not seen any evidence of it eating fireflies.
I have been told that it eats fireflies, and it did not deny that it ate fireflies.
She's right about that.
The toads. Walton is just sitting there. You can hear the like waterfall gently brookling behind it. The sound is very soothing. If you were to stay here for too long, you might fall asleep if you were tired, but you're not. It's like late afternoon at this point. And he's sit, even the far one. Kind of motioning towards the mouse on the beach.
Not
I'll-
sitting.
I'll sit down.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen to the sound. Close your eyes. What are you? What is it that you are?
I'm a mouse.
Capture
Mhm.
that inside of your mind. Now what are you?
I'm
Mouse.
a mouse?
But what if you were not? What if you were something else? What if you grew wings and fluttered about in the air, lighting those, guiding others?
Then I suppose I'd be some kind of a bird?
You're talking about the fireflies.
Indeed, Fall One. He's talking very low, but you guys can hear him. He's very loud. Like, I can't do that voice very loudly, but
This is like James Earl Jones or whatever talking right now.
it carries across the pond. So you can hear him very crisply, even over the falling water.
They say you eat them. Why do you eat them?
Why do you eat grain?
I'm not friends with the grain.
I am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Need not worry. We all have our purpose. We all must eat that which is alive to survive.
But the fireflies are my friends.
Good friends they are. For they have few purposes in life, and they are all good.
Okay, can we go now? I don't like this.
Hmm.
I'm not a firefly, I'm a mouse.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm a mouse guard, but yeah, I'm a mouse though.
That's still a mouse. Late.
I mean,
I would like Tulip to roll a wild one check.
Finally.
well, I can't really use anything against myself because I only have the one dice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna do it. I did it.
You feel like deep down, like there is something like fluttering in your chest.
She like puts her hand on her chest.
Have you sat down and closed your eyes?
No.
Okay.
Did you eat a firefly?
No.
Would you like to accept what is happening?
What's going on?
The light. The wild. 'Tis within you.
What do you mean?
You say the fireflies are your friends. Would you like to know them better?
Yes?
Then become one.
I don't understand. What am I turning into a what?
Are you now?
I look at Tulip.
I turn around and look at you.
Tulip, you are currently floating in the air, glowing, as if you were a firefly.
Tulip?
You haven't noticed this yet.
Don't panic. But you might be floating a little bit.
That's awesome.
What do you mean? She looks down. Ah!
You can see like your tail has just left the ground. You're still floating up.
What's happening to me?
It's all right. I'm sure this is perfectly normal, and I'm gonna rush back across the stepping stones to like grab her tail before she floats off.
This actually, I'm going to ask for another check. Or another
Ooh.
test.
Okay.
Gosh, is there just a speed test?
I'm scampering. Would be
There isn't
nature.
like a...
No, it would probably be like a health test or
Yeah, I think that's actually a health test. So,
Okay.
are you receiving any help?
I don't think I can because I'm floating in the air.
I actually want you to roll me... Your wild one has become 2.
Ah. Okay.
And you're going to be rolling a contested against this.
Oh,
With your
boy.
wild one.
Can I earn checks here?
You sure can.
Hell yeah. Great. Let me see. Let me open the ways to earn checks thing. Give an
I'm
opponent
giving him
advantage
plus 2d6.
I'm giving you plus 2d6. And
Later. Are you helping at all?
No.
No?
Hell
You're just
yeah.
No, I'm yeah, and it's because I'm standing, like I haven't like run over or anything.
Okay.
I'm still like hanging out by Mr. Frogman.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm rolling 6d6
Mm-hmm.
because I have a 4 in health. trying to see. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, I accidentally GM rolled because I was GMing all day yesterday, but I got 3 successes.
3 successes. So that means you guys tie. We didn't
Can I
talk
can I
about.
break a
goals.
tie in her
You
favor? Is that a thing
You
I can
technically
do?
can.
I would like to do that.
Damn it.
Uh,
Okay. You did it. You called it first, so.
So what happens here? Because I assume your goal was to get her back down.
yeah.
Get Tulip back down. And Tulip, your goal was, because you didn't have a choice in this matter, to fly away and join your friends.
Tulip, where are you going? Tulip, come back!
You do manage to grab a hold of her tail, like you ran quick enough to
Oh.
grab a hold of her tail
Oh no!
and kind of like pull and like grab her hand or her foot. And you're both floating away at this point.
Late, late, late.
What are you?
I start. Well, no, I look back at the frog, and I'm like, Walton, what can you do about this?
Hmm. Remind yourself that you are a mouse.
I turn around, I'm yelling, even though they can totally hear. I'm like, you're a mouse. Don't forget you're a mouse. You're not a bug. You're definitely not a bug. You are a mouse.
How high up am I?
You guys have probably gotten about at this point maybe like a good foot or 2 off the ground,
Tulip, listen to me.
which is a lot
Tulip,
for a mouse.
Tulip, you're a mouse. You're
Are
not
the
a firefly.
fireflies reacting to me at all?
No, but you're trying to like you're floating up towards like the branches of the trees where you've seen them before. You know where they are now.
Tulip, you're a mouse. We're both mice.
Yeah, but I'm a mouse that can fly.
But you're still a mouse.
And she's gonna go into the fireflies. You should let go though, Clara.
Clara,
Yeah, hold
how,
on,
how
hold on.
willing are you to stop her?
I'm trying to decide what the most responsible thing to do is.
Because you technically broke this tie
Right.
in her favor, and so you are both floating off.
Tulip? Oh, I trust you. And I'm gonna let go.
You let go and you hit the water.
Do mice normally know how to swim? Is that a mouse thing?
Yeah, they
I
can
guess
swim.
That's
A little
gotta be
bit.
mouse thing.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's not like a dignified swim.
Yeah.
No.
Like a mousy paddle.
Mousy paddle.
And yeah, Tulip is floating away.
Can I control it at all?
Would you like to try to take control?
Where am I floating to just naturally, like towards the bucks?
You're kind of noticing better now. You've started floating over the pond towards where the other fireflies are that are hovering around Walton. And then you see him lick his lips.
Can I start shouting at Tulip?
I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, I know they can, but I'm what do I yell? I had to remember. Yeah, okay. I'm like, Tulip, don't forget, you are a mouse and you work with my mom early. And if you want to get back home so you can keep working with my mom and doing bug stuff, you've got to remember you're a mouse. You got to come back down so we can get home, because if you don't, we'll never get back home and you'll never be able to keep doing your bug stuff.
I want to try talking to the fireflies and see
fuck.
if they can talk back to me.
Late, if you are trying to convince Tulip that she is a mouse, and that to listen to you and to understand this reason, I'm going to ask for another order check. Or an order check from you, and then Tulip, you're going to give me a Wild One check.
Okay.
And this would act as if you were having like a argument. So whoever wins gets their goal effectively. So
Okay.
if Lauren wins, she's going to talk to the Fireflies, ignoring Late. If Late succeeds, you remember that you're a mouse long enough to stop being a firefly.
Can anybody help me on this? Is Clara able to help me on this?
Clara is able to help you if they would like to.
It's okay, I failed.
Clara's not helping. Clara's pulling herself out of the water.
Okay. So then if I want to earn checks, I have to
You can either penalize yourself,
which gives
You have to use a trait, to give yourself -1 dice, or you can give me +2.
I'll get you 2 checks.
I can use a trait. Okay. I don't think any of my traits apply here. Not that I can think of.
I mean, it doesn't, like, what are your traits?
Open-minded, fat, and short.
I think you could use... You could use open-minded against yourself because you think this is kind of cool.
I can see that.
I'll accept that.
Which, to be fair, Late does think is kind of cool.
So, like...
My friend can fly.
So, like, you're not, like, trying super hard because you kind of want to see where this will go.
Yeah, I'm also kind of afraid that Tulip's gonna get eaten.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it.
You're not?
No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna earn checks.
Go ahead and roll your dice then. Your
Okay.
orator.
Okay, here we go. I think I set it up right. Can I?
Did it.
I can explode the 6, right?
You
Oh no,
already
wait.
won.
I mean-
Oh, I got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you succeeded. She
You
gets
already
yours.
won.
Yay.
Tulip, in the back of your mind, you feel mousy again. Like you stop having this like levity and this need to direct people and have them follow you. And you see Late trying to talk sense into you, and as that sort of happens, you begin falling.
Ah! No! No!
Just-
I'm not a mouse! I'm a firefly! And I'm not gonna fall the
and
water!
you splashed into some water. It doesn't hurt. You're just
I'll
wet
go
now.
get her. Hop in the water to go help Tulip get out.
I am also. I look back at Walton and I just sort of tip my head at him and I'm like, thank you for your guidance and help and good luck with all that. And I just bloop, 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 bloop. Sorry.
He looks disappointed, but he's just sort of stay safe. young
Yep. Yep. Got it. Thanks a bunch. And yeah, I'm hopping over to where Clara and Tulip are at.
So, for your own reference, Lauren,
Yeah?
how Wild One works, because it is a unique skill to the setting.
Yes.
Anytime you meet an animal, you can
Yeah.
accept their nature as part of your own, and then call upon it at any time, and that
Oh
uses
my
your Wild
goodness.
One skill.
That's so
Okay.
cool.
That's cool.
So currently you have Firefly,
Yeah. Bird?
which I'll get. I know it's since you got this ability.
Oh, okay.
And you can accept Toad if you would like.
I want to talk to the toad. Like, she gets out. I think she, like, instead of, she swims to a rock, or, like, I think she's going to swim towards the toad.
Okay.
Be like, what was that?
Mm. You have accepted the nature of another.
What? Can you do that?
One day. I am a scholar of the wilds. I understand its nature, but no, I cannot accept that of others.
But you're trying.
Indeed.
Are you trying by eating things?
No,
Is that why you eat the fireflies?
the fireflies are just delicious. They have a nice crunch.
Oh. How do you know about, how did you learn about this? How did you see it in me?
I've been studying it a long time now. This place gives you lots of time to think.
How do you study it?
He just kind of like closes his eyes again, and you can hear him. In order to study the wild, you must be within it and act against it.
Act against the what does that mean?
Your own nature. Be that which you are not. You mice are well aware of that. I'm just gonna let you know right now, this is like super meta talk because he's literally talking about using
Yeah,
like how mice can tax their nature
yeah.
Mhm.
and act against their own nature,
Yeah.
unlike most animals which do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it. Tulip is very confused, but I'm into it.
Now go. You need not sit here and listen to the ramblings of no toad.
Okay.
Unless you wish to be a snack. He smiles again.
Tulip, why
No,
don't we go
no,
look for
okay,
Esther?
bye. I do want to accept toad nature though.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna.
I'll fill my Pokédex.
You can hold as many natures as you have wild, but you can switch them out anytime. So, like, if
Okay.
you meet something that you like better, you can replace toad or firefly or
Okay.
whatever.
I'm gonna put it in the context section of my sheet.
Okay.
Oh.
I will
Makes sense.
add what those natures include.
All right. Do we wanna go to our first break here? It's a good spot for us to.
Sounds like a good spot for a first break.
All
While I
right.
look at some rules.
So we are going to step away for a bit, figure out the rule stuff, refill on water, that kind of stuff. And yeah, when we get back, we shall proceed further into the Garden of the Giants. See you soon. Welcome back to hour 2 of episode 3 of Garden of the Giants. We have successfully avoided being eaten alive by a large toad, and now I believe we're heading our way out of the pond toward the beehive in the hopes of intercepting the witchy mouse Esther.
Yeah, how do you guys want to leave the pond? Do you guys wish to travel the unseen paths and make a Pathfinder test, or do you wish to travel the cobblestone road and potentially run into a cat, whatever that may be?
I would love to make a Pathfinder test. I would just absolutely love that. It would
I can
make my
also
day.
make a Pathfinder test because I have 3 Pathfinder.
Oh, then never mind.
Did that rank up? Or
My
have you always
Pathfinder?
had-
No, I've always had 3 Pathfinder.
And you've just been letting Dylan run it?
Well, every time we get to a Pathfinder test, usually it's right after Lauren's
Yeah.
made a check. So
I've only made 1 Pathfinder test.
Okay. Well, if you would like to lead the way to the bees,
Also, Devin's been trying real hard. Not Devin. Dylan's been trying real hard to like unbeginner's luck his Pathfinder. So I've been letting him.
Yeah, it's at 2 now. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody gonna help me?
I will help with
With?
cartographer. 'Cause we have a map.
It's true. Can I help with my mouse nature? Is that a thing I can do?
Because we're taking the hidden paths.
Right, you're going through, you're hiding and you're climbing and stuff. So yes,
Do I need to like mark anything on?
Mhm.
when you help, you don't mark anything.
Okay.
So you have 2 bonus dice.
Sorry, I'm eating a cookie.
Did you bring enough for the class?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh man, that would be so good.
Download
Coordinate.
some cookies.
Oh, you can do that.
Wait, what?
Just not the kind of cookies you can eat.
Not the tasty cookies.
Plastic
Right.
kind.
I'm gonna use fearful against myself again.
You cannot earn checks in the player phase.
What? We're in the player phase?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What?
We're
I thought I
playing
mentioned
fast
this
and
in the
loose
break.
with the phases. Phases are back and forth all over the place.
I made you guys run through 3 tests in the GM phase.
Yeah,
you
I
guys
guess you
mostly
did.
succeeded.
We're booking
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
In that case,
I have pacing plan. Don't worry.
In that case, please don't use fearful against yourself.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't use.
I
traits
can't
against
earn
yourself.
checks. Yeah.
Okay.
In that case, I'm going to use fearful for myself because I'm trying to avoid the cat.
Okay.
Which just feels wrong to me, trying to avoid a cat. Like,
I will mention this is an OB 3 test for a very specific reason. You're going to have to breach a wall. Which
Okay.
we'll talk about once you make your check.
is anyone playing Thermite?
I did it.
Okay.
Hey!
Um,
Nice.
as you get closer to where you suspect the bees are, there's a couple things that you note. One is a great tall wall. Over the top of the wall, you can see and smell many different kinds of flowers. Like your senses are like, if you have any allergies, you would be dying. But you're mice, so you're okay.
Feeling sneezy just thinking about it.
But there's many different kinds of flowers, like poking over this giant wall. If you get closer to the wall, you realize that it's made of wax, like hardened wax, like tempered wax.
Tempered wax. Quenched.
And if you'd like, you can either find a location in which to scale over the wall, or you could attempt to look for a door.
Oh my god.
What do you guys think?
I think we're better so far at climbing stuff than we are at looking for stuff.
This isn't a check. Like, this doesn't
Okay.
require. This is part of the Pathfinder test. I'm just asking you which way you want to.
Oh, let's find.
Okay.
Try to find a door.
Yeah, door.
Okay. You kind of keep along the path of the wall, and you find what we would know as a portcullis.
I'm so ready for these bee blacksmiths.
Are the bees the dwarves?
Oh my god!
And
Sorry, what? I missed that.
there's
Oh,
like
no.
a gate, the portcullis
Oh.
gate.
Okay.
Yeah, it's made of like sticks mostly, but
Bee smiths.
So
bee
excited.
smiths. Bee smiths.
Are you chanting that as you get closer to the door?
No, I mean I am as Dylan. Yes, Dylan definitely is. Clara though, no. Clara's mostly inquisitive.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'll call in past the portcullis and be like, "Hello."
Tulip is fascinated by the fact that the bees apparently made a door.
Mm-hmm.
The actual, like, anything that's not wax is kind of shoddily put together. Like, it looks like it's just lashed,
Mm-hmm.
but they made an attempt.
An attempt was made.
The waxwork is fantastic.
Is anyone
And you
there?
Oh, visitors! You see a little head poke over the wall on the top.
Hello?
Oh, what are you doing down there?
We heard there were talking bees, and I wanted to say hello.
Oh,
So
well,
when you
hello
say
to
a-
yourself.
So when you say a head pokes over the wall, this is a bee head, right?
Oh yeah, you can see that it's like round and has big eyes and
Black and yellow.
The
All
bees don't talk where I come from.
oh, that's weird, miss. Yeah, let me you hear some like rummaging, and then a slightly larger than normal bee comes flying down, and kind of like joins you. He's got a
Uh-huh.
tiny sword and a helmet.
Are they
the
made of
sword
wax?
The sword actually appears to be made out of a threading needle,
Nice.
and the helmet is made of wax. I think I
It's-
just killed Lauren.
Yeah, rip. Please
When-
press F in chat for Lauren.
Yeah. when I see him land with his sword and helmet, I step forward a little bit with my
They're
stick.
not drawn.
Huh?
It's still like sheathed in.
Gotcha. I step out with my stick and I put it in front of me into the grass, almost like a cane, you know,
Mhm.
like a little mouse paw, palming the top of it. And I stick my chin up and I'm like, aha, another warrior like myself, I see.
Ah, you fancy the sword?
I do indeed.
It's like a noble art.
Yes, perhaps we can discuss this more if we are allowed passage through your wall from one warrior to another.
Not supposed to let warriors in.
Well, I mean, I'm a
I'll
warrior
s-
without a cause.
I'll step forward. This is Light. She has a powerful imagination. This
Hey.
here is my friend Tulip, and I'm Clara. It's truly a pleasure to meet you. And your name, if you don't mind my asking.
Oh, did I write down bee names?
Did you? It's Beatrice.
It's Sir Buzzingsworth.
Ah, no, this is Goodwin. Goodwin's the name. Knight of Her Majesty.
Right. But we're dreadfully sorry to bother you right now. I'm sure you've got important duties on top of the wall. But we were told that Esther was around here, and we're desperately trying to find her. As far as we know, she's the only one that can help us out of a bit of a bind we're in.
Esther. She stopped by not too long ago. Did some trading. Good seed, that one.
She's not here anymore.
If you run, you might be able to catch her. Although her house is kind of quick. He kind of points to the road. You think you see legs of some sort moving down the path.
Wait, what do you mean? What
We
What
should
is
go.
her house?
I don't know, house with legs. Don't get too close to the house. It tries to eat you.
Noted.
Or tries to eat us.
Thank you so much for your help, Goodwin. You've been a great help. And-
I want to stay and
Yeah, I
talk
do
to the
too.
bees.
Tulip, if we miss this chance, we may never get home.
No,
if
we'll
we
be fine.
if we
I
catch
want to
this,
stay here too.
Look, the time here doesn't pass. It'll be fine.
we don't know that. We don't know what's going on here, but the one person who maybe does, that might be willing to help us, is walking that way. If it turns out to not be very helpful, we can always come back here and say hello to Goodwin. Thank you again so much. Another time.
Of course.
Clara. The
Tulip.
bees talk here.
Everyone talks here. The toad talked. The birds talked. There's a lot of talking that happens here. I'm well aware of that fact, but I'm also aware of the fact that we don't know what's happening.
Why don't you
there's-
go get her and tell her to meet us here? Because I have to wait here for Peter and Starla anyway.
Well, I sit
Good
in between Clara and Tulip as things are getting a little more animated, and I put my hands out. I'm like, all right, just calm down. Clara has a point. The bees aren't going anywhere. I want to talk to them just as much as you do, Tulip, but we do have a target that is constantly on the move, so maybe it makes the most sense to go find Esther, and then we can come back and talk to the bees.
But I told Peter and Starla that I'd wait for that we'd meet them here.
But here's the great thing, is you can fly. And so it'll be so easy for you to find Peter and Starla whenever you want.
If I may interject, as per the Mouse Guard rules, if team members ever have a serious disagreement, you can technically spend a check to try to change their mind.
I don't want to change their minds. I want to talk to Goodwin.
Okay.
Goodwin, I know we've just met, but this is really important to me, and clearly spending time with you and getting to know you and your people a little better is real important to the two of these kids here. If you could just look after them for a little bit of time while I run off to take care of business, I would be greatly indebted to you.
All right.
I'd go fly over, but I just spent a check, so I can't do it.
All right, then. He kind of motions to Tulip and Late. Like, come on, no reason to stand out here in the cold.
Thank you so much. They're both very well behaved, and I'm going to start running off.
No, wait. Look, Goodwin, I'll be back. As I'm sure you can understand, one noble warrior to another, that we must protect our guard. And Clara is my guard, so I will be right back. And then I take off after Clara.
Oh, no.
But I'm like, wait.
We're like
Okay.
running down the path.
Well, I'm waiting for my friends because I told Peter and Starla that they'd come here. Have you seen two fireflies named Peter and Starla?
Kind of thinks for a second. Two did go talk to Her Majesty. They might be on their way back now.
I would.
Almost on cue, you see them fly through the gates.
Peter, Starla!
They
Guess
set-
what?
They settle on top of your head.
Guess what? I can fly like you now.
They kind of pick up and float about.
And I can do that. She's gonna try. I don't want to spend a check doing it, but she's gonna try and like float.
I will remind you that using Wild One does it's like taxing your nature.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
does where it reduces it it's on a session basis. So you'll recover all of it
Yeah.
at the beginning of a session.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a light tax.
All right.
A light tax.
Can you? I know you had the Wild One rules in our Mouse Stories one. Can on a handout?
Do I not have them here?
No, you just have the natures.
I will have to
Oh no, fuck.
figure that out. I thought it was here.
Maybe I can also just check the Mouse Stories
That's true. If that's still up.
one. Yeah, it should
I
be.
would like to spend a check to run after the house.
Okay. That will be another health check
Okay. Am
or a scout check.
It will be a health check for
Okay.
sure. I have a 4 in health and I have a 0 in scout.
Would you like to help late? Since you are following.
Well,
Please.
how the heck could I help him run?
It's more that like you could like be watching out, you can find a better path, that
Help
sort of
with
thing.
nature, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna like remind Clara to like go through some of the underbrush and all that sort of stuff. Okay.
Let's see. And how... I want to use a thing to help myself. What's my ob, actually?
Ooh, this will actually be contested
Oh, great.
against the house.
Right. Against the house. The house always wins.
I'm so excited for you guys to finally figure out what this house is.
I have some suspicions.
Well, we guessed it was a
Uh,
turtle before, I think.
Yeah, like it might be a
was pretty
turtle or a
funny.
tortoise, but
Mhm.
could
It
I
also moves faster than us.
could I use natural bearings to help myself here because to like keep myself on track in case like we lose sight of it for a moment?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so that's +1, and then +1 from late. That's 6. I'm really worried about this.
I'll go ahead and roll for it first.
Um,
I got one success.
I'm less worried about it now. 6 to get 1 success. Oh,
More than
gosh.
likely.
I could always tax my nature again. It's basically my favorite activity in this game, right? I'm gonna have 2 persona halfway through the second hour. Oh god. Oh.
Six.
I'm gonna s-
Well,
6 is
technically,
pretty good.
you need 2.
I need 2. That's right.
'Cause
You know what? Fuck it. I'm spending a persona. I'm taxing
Yes.
my nature. So if I is this against mousy nature?
Yes, because you're chasing after something,
Okay.
right?
I mean,
if that
I
makes
am
sense.
I am chasing after my one chance to get home and be safe. I'll
Yes,
Yeah,
but
I'll say
I'm
that.
pretty sure running away is specifically in mouse nature.
Yeah, it's running
I think
away, not
that's-
running
I think
towards.
that's fair. So do I only drop it if I fail, or am I dropping it by 1 automatically?
So if you succeed, you drop it by 1. If you
Okay.
fail, you drop it by the degree of failure.
Okay, well I'll drop it by 1 for now, just to remember. So I'm adding my nature to this roll, right?
Correct.
So I'm at 10.
You're not gonna.
Dang. Jeez.
Once you get into those numbers, you roll surprisingly low.
Yup. Yes. Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yup. I'm familiar with that sensation. Not today.
All right. So you start chasing after it, and they weren't kidding. All the stories you've heard about this house are true. What it looks like, you see a house, like a mouse house built by mice,
House of Mouse.
old, and like the paint's peeling off of it and that sort of thing. It's got a porch with a ladder, like a string ladder coming off of it, because it's elevated because of 2 long black bird legs.
It's just straight up Baba Yaga house. Nice.
Wait, the house is on legs?
Yep, I've told you it walks.
I thought
Alright.
it was like on an animal. We just have Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga, hey, hello. No.
So you can catch up to the house. As you catch up, you do hear, like, because it's not moving very fast. It looks like it's
Mhm.
looking around. You do hear every now and then as it like scratches the floor.
No,
Are they like chicken legs?
this is
They're-
terrible. I
Ah,
hate this
best.
so much.
It's actually like it's a chicken with a
Okay.
house on
Oh.
top of it. But it's a pitch black chicken. And you can't see the head currently because it would be behind the house.
Gotcha. I was imagining for a moment the house built around the chicken.
It is.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay.
In fact, like there's like a garage where the head is that can poke out.
Oh my god. Okay, so catch up to the ladder and like get a hold of it and then reach out to grab Late so we can both climb up this rope ladder.
Hmm.
Get to the top. Dust myself off. Straighten up. Check on Late. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'll be
Pat
fine.
you on the back a little bit. Walk up.
The door swings open.
Hello. Excuse me. I'm looking for Aster.
It's much louder here.
If Aster is the bird, I swear to the guard. The door's open. I'm gonna
You can
step in a little
You can
bit.
smell freshly baked bread.
Just
It's
gonna
got like a sweet honey scent to it.
Do you smell that?
Yes,
Oh my
yes, I do.
god.
Step in carefully. I hope I'm not intruding.
Hello? Mice have entered?
Are you both inside the house?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The door closes behind you. Possibly because the house shifts a little bit and the gravity closes. Or supernatural. Who knows?
Right.
It is, by the way, it's a chicken. It's bipedal. The house does shake quite a bit.
Right.
As it's moving along.
Oh, chickens are pretty stable. That's why they do the like head bob thing.
Well, that's actually a different reason. That's because they have no fine motor. That's why birds actually move very twitchy-like. That's actually the minimum amount they're allowed to move.
Right, but the back and forth thing that heads do as they walk is maintaining their center of balance.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's still a little wobbly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just it could be wobblier.
It's not like
But
this.
it's not.
It's like
We're not on
this.
a boat, right?
Yeah.
Feels like being on a train, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm gonna look around the room we're in. Like, I'm not gonna touch anything, but I'm just like looking at the upholstery and whatnot.
It looks like mostly wooden furniture. There's a table, there's chairs. You can see a kitchen, and then past another doorway, and what you imagine leads to a bedroom. This area does have the table, some chairs, and that's got like a second sitting area with like long benches with cloth put over them. Probably not like padded, just like a blanket. Where you do see like a tea set, but it's not currently filled.
I
Late.
want to
maybe-
start walking towards the kitchen.
Don't touch anything.
Come on, let's go. She's obviously making something in here.
Yeah, I'll go with.
Uh,
Hello.
You see a mouse in here. They are wearing very like old, tattered, like not a cloak, but like robes almost, maybe a dress, long sleeves, long pointed hat. And she turns around and is like, "Oh, hello, dears."
Hi there. We're so sorry to barge in like this.
Of course. No. Please, back into the main dining room. Let me grab this bread. You see her pull some like buns out of the oven.
I go sit
Alright.
in the living room.
I'll sit and like make sure like Late puts her napkin in her lap. Like, okay.
I'd start like knocking your hands. Be like, leave me alone. I'm not a child.
I'm gonna step out of the scene for a second. Tulip, after you were reunited, did you decide to go follow your friends?
Sorry, I missed all of that because my
Ah.
internet went weird.
Oh, now that you're reunited with your bug friends, do you want to chase after your mouse friends?
Yeah. I don't know. I really want to talk to the bees, though.
You can totally talk to the bees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do what you
We'll
want.
be
man.
right back.
You talk to the bees, and we'll be right back.
They said...
You are now inside, like, past the gate. Because you were let inside.
Yeah. No, I want to talk to the bees. This is what you want. This is my goal.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to talk to the bees.
So when you enter into the bee citadel, because it's got like a full wall around it, and it looks like there's been a small like town built around these flower gardens. Like, you know how in a normal flower garden you might have like rows of like those little stumps or like bricks or something that separates it from like the main walkways and stuff. Instead of that, it's got these like square wax houses that you can see are just buzzing with energy as bees are flying in and out, going. There's gonna be some bee puns. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Okay.
It looks like their entire industry is two things: gathering pollen from the multitude of flowers in this area. Like, it looks intention. Like, this is like on how humans would have wheat farms.
Mm-hmm.
They have flower farms.
Love it.
And it's a little more three-dimensional because they can fly.
Tulip, some like very small flowers to like put into her flower crown, so she has more flowers.
And as you go up, like, it looks like there's like tiers as it goes up a hill, and you can see like this down here. It looks like mostly production. Like, this is where they store all the honey. This is where they are forging wax. You do have bee smiths with tiny little hammers tempering wax, and then heating it up. And as you go up, it looks like it's more of a residential area. And at the top, you see a castle. There's giant stained glass. Oh, it's actually stained honey. Window panes.
Sugar glass.
And you swear you recognize them, but from this distance, they're a little uneasy. Or not
I
uneasy, but, like,
recognize-
unusual.
The window panes?
You think you might, but you might need a closer look.
I'm gonna go walk closer
Okay.
if I can.
You can, but we're going to switch seats back.
Oof.
Give you a taste of B-Town. We return back to the witch's house, which is exactly
Which
what it is.
house?
Yeah, that one.
Mm.
Standing back for the bee puns.
That's fair. And you guys are sitting around a table with like these freshly
Hi,
steamed...
sorry. Okay, I lost all of that.
Oh no! We're switching scenes.
Good. All right. But I missed the cliffhanger, like the description of if I didn't get anywhere or if I didn't learn anything, I just walked closer.
Yeah, you're just walking towards it.
Okay, cool.
We're back at the house. There's the table. You guys are small little plate, and it's got like a little steamed bun on it, and you can smell the sweetness from it.
Thank you kindly for this.
Of course. Now, what can I do for you, children?
We actually, we and our friend who she stayed back at the bees to take a look at. She really likes bugs, but the three of us we're actually from outside the garden, and we've been having quite a time of it trying to get back out. We were told that you knew a little bit about sort of the weird stuff that happens here, and maybe you could help.
And I'm late, by the way.
Yes, this is late, and I'm Clara.
I'm Esther, but I'm sure you know that.
Mm-hmm. We've heard a lot about you.
Mm-hmm. And you should say hello, Phyllis. and you hear the
Hi, fellas.
there's actually like a window. You can see it through the kitchen that points towards the chicken head. You can see one red eye staring back at you.
Hello, fellas.
Oh, always a wild one, that. Took such a long time to train this one. But always got to keep moving in this day and age. Gotta break this cycle somehow.
Break the cycle?
Oh yes, I'm sure you've noticed. This place is very boring.
Well, we haven't been
Right.
here very long.
The hamsters, though. The hamsters were quite boring.
Yes. Possibly the most caught up in the ways of this place.
This place, you talk about it like it's a thing.
It is. It's a living, breathing thing. Sort of. Not really. Just figuratively. I get lost in my own symbolism, I suppose. But you were
This
talking
is-
of a way out.
Yes, if you know about one.
I was once like you. Thought I could leave this place. But no. No. It's not worth it.
We've got families to get back to. And work to do.
So did we.
Who's we?
We're gonna cut back to B-Town.
You jerk.
So you're going up this hill, and you notice that the bees, as you kind of pass, as you go up this, basically like main market street, really is what this sort of is. And you get into the residential area, you start seeing like bees doing commerce and talking and like doing gossip and drink like consuming honey and they notice you passing, like they kind of stop what they're doing as you pass by, and they kind of like whisper to each other, and
Like, hello?
they hesitantly like wave. And then
Is
Hey.
Godwin still with me?
no, he stayed at the wall,
Okay.
but as you're kind of get through the residential area, a bee kind of like rushes up to you like from behind. You're like, oh, whew, I caught up to you. Whew. Just kind of like fluttering through the air.
Hello?
Miss. Hello. Hi. I'm Paige. You can see that they have like, not like a helmet, but it is like a trainee's hat, like if you were like in the army, but it's not like a real army hat.
Oh my god.
Like if a mouse guard wore a neckerchief instead of a cape.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Miss, are you a mouse?
Yes? My name
you-
is Tulip.
Oh, lovely name. We have some of those. Just point some of them out.
Oh.
Actually, my favorite flower. But beyond that, excuse me, are you with the mouse guard?
No. I'm just a mouse. Wait, there's mouse guard here?
Oh, not currently, but there was this tale of the mouse guard. She kind of motions. You're much closer to the stained glass now, and then you do recognize where you might have seen or heard of these before. And they are of the first three matriarchs that are in Lockhaven.
Oh my god, I wish Late was here. No, no, I'm just a little mouse.
Oh, well, the princess would still like to hear from you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can talk to the princess.
Yes. Yes. Let's go right away. Can we go right away, or do you need?
No,
Do you need to do anything? Do you need to put more pollen on your face? Do you need
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay,
I'm just
let's go.
very okay.
I'm real excited.
It's very nice to meet you, Paige.
Yes, you too. Of course, Tulip. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Buzzes up to the castle. Switch scenes.
God, you're killing me, Ethan.
You picked the wrong friend.
I fucking did. You're right. Ah.
Wow. You didn't have to agree with me. Damn. Fucking ice cold.
Just kidding. No, how could I possibly choose between either of you?
Stone cold late blooms. Right.
So Esther was talking about a. All right, the last I asked Esther was who's we.
Yeah.
We were sent here on patrol much long ago.
You were part of the Mouse Guard.
A long time ago, dear.
Late slams her paws on the table. You're part of the Mouse Guard.
Not anymore. This is a long time ago.
How long ago? Tell me all about it. And I pull out my Mouse Guard book that I completely forgot I had.
She kind of like motions for you to hand it her way. Flipping through the pages. Yes. I don't recognize these last couple. Pointing at, sort of like on the page of like matriarchs and stuff.
So how far back is that?
Possibly like 100 years.
That's real bad. Yeah. Yep. Right. Well, so you've been looking for ways to change things up around here. Have you had any luck with that?
A little. The moving house helps quite a bit, as you can imagine. Keeps the predators away. Keeps that dastardly cat out of my tail.
Have you seen an owl?
New resident. Yes. Probably the newest, actually.
I see.
But
So she is new.
as anyone could tell you, once you're here, you can never leave again.
Right, about that. Are you absolutely sure? And like, you haven't found a bit of a loophole or a mouse hole or a door, or have you been inside the big house?
No, as you obviously haven't been here very long. You have not seen a messenger, have you?
A what?
You've not spent very long here at all. Not many nights, I imagine.
One.
From the king.
From the what king?
The Rat King.
The Rat King. Right, and what sorts of things does the Rat King say with these messengers?
They remind you the rules. I'll tell you if you've not heard of them. There are 3. 1. Always pay tribute. I avoid this by moving every now and then. They don't seem to catch me. 2. Never enter the house. It is their territory. The only time you may arrive there is if they specifically ask. The 3rd? Never leave, or you will be eaten.
Right.
They control the Shadow Beast.
They as the rats?
The wolf?
Yes, suppose you could call it that, but it's a little more. It exists everywhere and nowhere. It always knows where you are. It knows its place.
You say you came here with other Mouse Guard.
Indeed.
Where are they now?
Dead, unfortunately. They kept trying.
Right.
What happened?
They thought they could fight it.
The Shadow Beast?
Yes.
Of course not.
Did
It's
it
too
eat
big.
them?
I don't know. I was not there.
But
How do you know they
maybe-
died?
Because they never returned.
So how do you know they didn't escape?
I found their cloaks one day.
Did you find their swords?
I donated everything back to the bees. They had quite a
To the bees. Right.
they had quite a
Right.
fascination with the god, as it were. This is something that Tulip immediately recognizes, because as you enter into the castle proper, your like big doors are being let open by like groups of bees will kind of like open these big heavy doors. You get inside and it's almost like a museum. They have these three like exhibits almost of, in each one there is a cloak and a weapon and then a little placard stating who these were, and they mark them as heroes of the guard.
Who are they? What are their names? I know you made all this up.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Get him
We
right
know.
in the prep.
I'm gonna make them up real quick though. One of them is Ansley. She had an axe. You can see in the exhibit is also a cracked helmet.
That's going to late.
The middle one has Esther. Her cloak appears to be blood-soaked, and her weapon of choice was the bow. And I'm gonna one more name. Right, I'm running out of names on my list. Keep on having to.
We keep asking people's names.
Yeah. Is Abram. Look to be the sword and shield type. And their cloak is, the shield is almost ripped in half, and so is their cloak.
Okay.
Uh,
Wow, you really like the mouse guard here.
Yes, it's a tradition from the very first queen.
Oh,
She the queens have always told stories about the Mouse Guard. They're brave heroics, and we keep true to their ideals in direct conflict with the king.
the king.
Yeah, the Rat King. Have you not met him? You shouldn't
No.
meet him. He's bad news. Don't listen to
Okay.
anything he says. That's what we're told.
Okay. Well, if I do meet this rat king, I will make sure that I trust my gut.
I'm sure it is a good one if you even have an inkling of the same blood as the great heroes.
Well, I mean, I'm a mouse.
Close enough. She kind of like loops her little arm through yours and tries to me.
Racist.
It does open up into like a wide like chamber that, think of like the grandest castle. This is that room. It's got chandeliers with glowing honey that kind of like drip almost from the wax of the candles. The walls are very pristine. There's actually stone pillars in this room holding up the roof that have been look like they've been painstakingly carved. And at the end, the end of this audience chamber, you do see sitting in a throne made of other bees.
Living
Like-
bees?
Living bees.
Okay.
Not dead bees. Kind of like Like that is their job, is to be a chair.
I was like, this is really setting the tone for how I feel about the Bee Queen and the Rat King right now. This is a very important question.
This queen's into some very specific stuff.
You see
No shame.
a bee about 4 times larger than any bee you've ever seen. But you know, even with your limited knowledge, that the queen is always bigger than a normal bee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm no apiarist, but
Yeah, that's just kind of like knowledge, I would assume you have. And they're
Right, well, thank you so much for your hospitality and for telling us about the rules. We should really be getting back to our friend. So,
I'm gonna give you one piece of advice. Kill the Rat King, and you will be free. The house shakes, and you guys kind of like get jostled, and she is no longer seen.
Clara's smiling.
Ah!
Late.
Late has like her mouth like open to speak, hand out. Esther,
Clara's looking at where Esther was, and she's just like slowly getting this grin, and she's like reaching out without looking toward Late.
no.
I'll turn to look at her. Late. You were right. You were right all along. We need to be the mouse guard.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
Here, and I'll pick up my roll, which I did not eat, and I'll hand it to Late. For the road. And I'm gonna head out the door. Do we wanna take our
when you head out the door, you realize it's now sitting on the ground in the middle of the road.
This is the best house. Do we want to go to our second break here?
Yeah, let's do that. Collect yourselves.
Yeah. All right.
Man,
and
I'm so upset. I was like,
You got
5 seconds away from being like, Esther, train me how to be a mascot, and then she disappears.
poof. No, you must train yourself. All right. Okay, we're gonna step away and get some of these wiggles out. And when we come back, we'll see. I guess if Clara and Lake can get back to Tulip, and what Tulip learns interacting with the Bee Queen. So be back in just a couple minutes. Don't go
Queen
anywhere.
Bey.
Yes. Hello. Welcome back to Garden of the Giants. We found Esther. We talked to her. She disappeared. It's fine. So I guess we're gonna have to head back to B-Town. I was the last person to use a check, though, so I'm going to give a check to Late.
To me?
Yeah,
So you have 2.
Okay, cool.
I have many.
You have many check. All right. So, what are you guys up to? Who would like to work on their next check? Which scene should we return? I guess let's go back to B-Town.
B-Town.
You are currently in the audience chamber of a bee kingdom. And sitting before you, if Paige was correct, is the princess of the kingdom. As Paige sort of like leads you along, she's like, make sure to bow and be polite, and I assume that you would, but just, kind of rubs her face, make her pollen get everywhere, smooth out the pollen.
Oh. Tulip will like smooth the fur on her face.
I think we're okay. I think we're ready.
Okay.
Tulip, right? Tulip.
Yeah.
I present to the great princess Tulip the mouse. Princess kind of like claps her hands. I had heard that there was a mouse in our kingdoms. Is this you?
Yeah, that's me.
You could not have come at a better time.
Okay, hello. And she's like, realized she forgot to bow, so she's gonna bow.
The princess kind of laughs, just like,
I'm not a mouse guard though. I just take care of bugs.
well, they certainly are vermin to be dealt with.
No, not like that. Like I help. They help. They like the fireflies help light the way, and the crickets are just friendly, and good at predicting the weather, and the beetles they pull things. They're really strong. That's what I do.
She leans into her bee chair and kind of whispers to one of the bees, "We have beetles. That sounds very useful." No? Okay. She leans back up. She doesn't lean back up, she's pushed back up.
Oh. Yeah,
Like, it's a living chair. It's weird.
the hamsters hadn't heard of beetles either. Kind of surprises me that you haven't seen them. What?
You say you're not a mouse god. I had assumed that they were the same thing. Mice god. It's sort of like bee kingdom.
No. The mice guard are well, they're like Godwin, sort of. They protect the mouse territories, and they help people and deliver the mail, and they
It's a big part of it.
Glorious work.
and they protect the scent border, and they like guide people through dangerous territory. But I'm just a kid. I'm not old enough to be a mouse guard.
She kind of like is pushed up by her chair and is sort of put into like a standing position at this point and kind of walks down the steps. The bees that made up her chair become like a cloak that drapes around her and drags along. She's like, "You say you are not a protector, yet you are here, as predicted."
What? We were chased in here by a big wolf?
Look around you. Take another look. Kind of motions towards the upper part of this area, and it does have more stained glass windows.
Yeah, you have mouse guards. Like, my friend Late, she has a book of all the matriarchs. This looks like that.
Indeed. Have you noticed? Do you recognize those ones? And she points to a couple you don't recognize.
No, I don't recognize those ones.
Look closer.
I look closer.
Do you wish to glean something from these? If so, I will need a check. Possibly an archivist or a scout.
I I will do scout, I guess. Yeah, because she's telling me to look closer. So I'm gonna do that.
It's an op 1.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. He did it.
You see a mouse wearing a yellow flower on their head, like a big one, following what might appear to be fireflies. She is known as the Wayfinder, the one who will guide us home. For she knows the way of the fireflies.
I know that way, I think. I know about fireflies, sort of.
And your coming has been predicted.
By who?
What do you mean by who?
Who predicted it?
I don't really know. Whoever made. She kind of like looks around, almost confused. Like this is the first time that her very like regal demeanor kind of like dropped. Kind of like, I honestly don't know who made this castle.
The other ones that I don't recognize, do they perhaps look like Late and Clara?
Among others, yes. There's quite a few you don't recognize in here. These
Okay.
aren't the matriarchs. The matriarchs there's 3 in the front.
Oh, okay.
These ones look all to be like mice, though, of different types.
Well, I mean, that's not me. I have different flowers, but
She just kind of laughs and smiles and kind of
I'm sorry, is it like offensive or weird that I have flowers?
Walking
No,
around with
just-
a ham on your head.
don't. If any children get a little too close, just remind them.
Oh, okay. Bees don't talk where I'm from?
Oh,
No. Neither do birds or toads or any of them.
curious. At this point, she
Yeah.
kind of like leans back into her cape, and it turns back into a chair as she floats back into her original position.
So I don't know. I've never met a talking. Could you always talk? Could the bees here always talk?
As far as I know of, I would have to ask Mother, but she's currently ill. I've been
Oh,
put in charge of things, and I was, truthfully, really looking for some help.
how can I help? I guess.
I'm glad you asked, Paige. And Paige kind of shows up with a like a scroll that's been sealed in wax. She kind of like kneels down and passes it to you.
I will look at the scroll.
You just like open it up and look at it.
Yeah.
It is. I'm trying to remember if the mouse guard actually had like tenants.
Yeah, they do. They have a code.
Yeah.
They have, I remember
Uh,
because we kept looking for it in the book, and it's in like a weird place.
It's in a weird spot, and I couldn't find it when I was looking.
But it's there.
It is the mouse guard code.
Um,
And if I remember correctly,
it exists.
it does mention things like protecting those who can't protect themselves or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I get for drawing toads for prep instead of actually looking at things.
It's,
The guard's
good.
oath. There we go.
it's good prep, Brent.
We, as a guard, offer
Okay.
all that we are to protect the sanctity of our species, the freedom of our kin, and the honor of our ancestors. With knowledge, sword, and shield, we do these deeds, never putting a lone mouse above the needs of all, or desire of self above others. We strive for no less than to serve the greatest good.
So the only difference between that and what you're reading in this paper is that it doesn't say mouse and it doesn't say our species. It instead of our species, it says those who would act for good.
Okay.
And instead of mice, it says those in need.
Okay.
So it's a little more generalized.
Yeah, little less about mice.
Right.
What's this? What's this?
We were told to pass it on to the next mice who arrived as a reminder.
You didn't give this to Esther?
She gave it to us.
Oh.
Before she... Strange one, that. Anyway,
How is this gonna help your mother?
oh, that is not who we're trying to help, I'm afraid. Did I mention a king?
The Rat King. Paige said that there was one.
Yes, of course. We stand in direct opposition of him, for this kingdom is his, as he says.
Not
But
for
we-
long, bitch.
We believe it to be for us all. But I'm sure you learned a lot today. Would you care to rest?
Yeah. If my friends come back, they went to go see Esther, but I had to wait for Peter and Starla.
Okay. If Paige, will you show her to the mouse accommodations? And then Paige just does a deep bow, and then come along.
These are my
Oh,
favorite
wait,
days.
excuse me, your Highness?
Yes.
I didn't get your name.
You just spoke it.
Oh. I understand.
She just smiles as you presumably leave.
Yeah, she's just kind of like,
Paige follows along. She's like, the queen doesn't need a name because she's the queen. Neither does the princess.
oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
Common mistake, I'm sure. Come along.
We don't have princesses or queens.
Oh, then who was your mother?
It's just my mom. Her name's Bluebell.
Oh, seems undignified.
Look, my mom's name is Mom, so
Yeah. She's just a. She's a ranger, like my dad.
You're led back outside of the castle and into sort of the more town center. It's becoming evening at this point. You believe the sun is starting to set. The leaves above you are starting to turn golden. The lights are starting to blink on that I mentioned before. Because you can't see the stars, but there is lights in the sky underneath the leaves, the trees. I think it's at this point you do see 2 other mice coming up the hill towards you.
Oh, sweet. Do we not have to spend a check on that? Hell yeah.
Dang, I probably should have made it.
It's too
I
late now.
mean, you could make them spend a check, and then we could find out exactly how they're getting up the hill.
Yeah,
No, it's too late.
We're gonna
We
flash
already-
back.
No,
We're gonna
already
flash back. Because now you're in a false sense of security that you do get there. But what happens
be-
along the way?
Could be any mice, really.
I chew off my own leg.
So we flash back a little bit. We see that the sky is not quite golden yet. The fireflies have not come out. What would you guys like to do?
Head back,
Clara?
I guess, right?
You could either take the stone path again, or you could travel through unknown territory
Right.
back to the Bee Kingdom.
Yes, late.
I take I swallow noticeably, like out of nervousness. You know, I'm glad to see that you want to be a mouse guard too. But here's the thing: is that I really like the mouse guard and they're really cool, and I'm glad I've been able to, you know, experience what that's like being here. But when it comes to really doing what the mouse guard do and killing something, that's not. I just want to let you know that's not as simple or easy as Esther made it sound. So, I think we need to think about that as we walk back to the Bee Kingdom.
I think you're right. I don't think the mouse guard is. I don't think they're mice with titles. I think they're the mice that do the garden. But here we're the mice. So got to do the garden. And you're right that killing isn't easy. It isn't always the right thing to do. I think maybe Esther's been here long enough. She forgot about that a little bit.
I think so.
But
All right.
what she said that the Rat King controls the Shadow Beast. If he can control it, so can we. Whatever the rats have in there, if we can find it, if we can take it ourselves, maybe we can let everyone out.
Do you think they want to get out?
I
don't.
think-
They don't talk where we come from, and bees certainly don't build walls where we come from.
I think they should have the choice. And I think... I don't know how much of this place makes them that way, keeps them that way. Maybe that's just who they are. But I think...
I hope so.
I think keeping them here, giving them no other choice, no chance to change, that's wrong.
Yeah. All right, let's go find Tulip.
Right. And
Which way you going?
what are you feeling, Knox?
Ooh.
What is late feeling? Just walk down the path or push through uncharted territory?
Yeah, so this is not the path that we're looking at is not the same way that we got here.
It is. You guys actually just ran along the stone path to get here.
Yeah.
You just booked it.
Yeah, I think Late looks at Clara and she's like, should we Should we run back again?
Wow. Clara looks off to the side. What do I see over to the side, like off the path?
You see very little underbrush. There's a fence there, like so big, thick, like wood things that you could probably squeeze in between. The vines that creep along it look like they've dried and died. And you don't see any. You actually, for the first time, actually don't see much green beyond that fence. It looks fairly desolate.
Well, I look at the open air over the path, look at the sort of wilted vegetation. Better safe than sorry. And
You could always go
Well.
through the house.
maybe there's something interesting over there.
All right. Lake's just gonna follow you because you've got the better sense of direction than she does.
Okay.
Pathfinder,
Um,
please.
I cannot make a Pathfinder check because I made the last check in the player
Oh,
phase.
fuck.
Still.
What do I do?
Or actually, wait. Lauren,
Or-
you did a noticey thing to.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Okay. I can
Woo.
Pathfinder. Woo-wee! All right. So I have a 2 in Pathfinder,
hmm
which is real good.
This is an obstacle 3.
Ob 3. Okay. All right. Am I getting help?
Can I help with my nature?
In this case, no, because there's nothing that needs to be climbed and there's nowhere to hide.
Can I help with Can I help with Insectrist? Because I know the dragonflies are congregating in certain
The
areas.
fireflies. They're-
Fireflies, yeah. Are congregating in certain areas.
So you want to try to track down some fireflies and see if they help you, basically.
Or like use that as like sure.
Kind of like signposts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll accept that.
Okay,
Especially
so
for this area specifically.
that brings me to a 3, and it's an Ob 3.
Mhm.
Can I use a trait to help myself here? So I haven't used generous or compassionate to help myself yet today.
hmm
I'm having a hard time stretching one of them into this. I could just spend my last persona point, tax my nature again.
You'd be at what, 2?
I'd be at 2, yeah.
Or you just spend the persona point to get +1.
+1, yeah, which would put me at 4. That's not a really good margin, though.
Well, you'd only get 3 if you taxed your nature at the moment.
Right, but on top of my current 3,
Right.
which would be 6 as opposed to 4. You know what?
Real
I'm just
question.
gonna roll 3. We're gonna roll 3 and we're gonna see what happens.
Oh boy, it's not gonna be well.
I'm real sorry for whatever trouble we get in. Let's see if I can blow up some 6s maybe.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you have any wises to reroll?
I have Herbwise. Could
No.
that count here because the vegetation's all weird?
No, 'cause there's no herbs.
Can I do anything to help with rerolls? Can I give like a point or whatever?
Is there a okay?
something?
Hold on. Is there a vegetation wise? Is there like a plant wise? Because that's what
I
I
think
thought
it's-
herb wise was.
More specific. I think it's all very specific because there's like a grain wise.
All right.
So there's no general
Yeah.
one.
They tend to be fairly specific.
Rip. Then yeah, no, I got nothing.
So you guys crawl in here. It's not only is it very like dirt, the dirt is packed down and kind of dusty. And you guys are hiding behind very strange things that you wouldn't have recognized before, but as a human.
Mhm.
You would
That's what we
recognize
are.
as you would recognize this as like trash and sort of like debris.
Hmm.
Almost like this area is where they kind of just like threw stuff and either threw stuff and forgot about it or was actively destroyed by whatever was here, which is actually the case.
Is it like a compost pile?
It's not a compost pile. It looks more like
Like somebody knocked over a garbage bin.
not quite that trashy, more like junk, not trash.
Okay.
Like old broken chairs, broken pots, maybe an occasional like soda can. And you guys are kind of like hiding behind stuff, and the reason why is you see a pair of glowing eyes
I don't like it.
in the distance. And you kind of catch them and you realize that there's a large house, not like a house, but like to a mouse, very large house where these eyes are coming from. It has a little roof and like slats.
Is there a name on the house?
It looks like there might have once been, but it has been scratched out.
Great.
Um,
Great. Awesome.
and
Okay.
you guys kind of are aware of this, and you're sneaking through, and one of you bumps into something, and it resonates, and like things fall over, and like it's like, and then suddenly you hear the ching 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 of the collar of the Shadow Beast.
Oh, it's the Shadow Beast.
No.
Oh.
Right. Run. Run.
Run, run.
Run. we just book it.
You manage to book it, and you are running. You're running. You have to crash through, like the gate or like the fencing bit. Like you
Mhm.
find a weak spot, and you just bash right through it, and you see the Shadow Beast kind of like get its front paws on top of the fence and just bark at you as you run away through the
Oh,
woods
it's a
towards.
dog. Wait, is it a dog? That was a doghouse.
Yeah.
Shadow Beast is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Interesting.
However, you both will be getting conditions.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Clara,
Somebody
you're
got checked for
tired.
days. Tired? Okay.
You're tired. You've been running a whole lot. Late, you're hungry and thirsty.
But I just had that sweet bun.
And you've burned all of it.
Oh man. But I've got so much fat and reserves though.
Maybe you're just really thirsty.
I think it's mostly thirsty.
I'm gonna get you some honey water.
Don't close that. That area, that zone, the one north of the house, is
Mhm.
the home of the Shadow Beast.
Great. Let's never go there ever again. Sound like a plan, everyone? All right. Yikes. Okay, so we run back to
Yeah,
B Town.
once you get past that fence, there's a lot more foliage and stuff that you can hide and running. You don't. I imagine you don't stop.
No. And maybe that's when we come into town, as we're like huffing and puffing as we come up.
You kind of get to the gate and you see
Goodwin.
at the top,
Goodwin.
and he's like,
Goodwin.
Open the gate! They've seen something!" And the
Mark.
gate kind of opens up, and then Goodwin flies down to meet you at the gate. He's like, "What did you find? What was that?"
The Shadow Beast.
Shit. It's big. It's black. It's barking.
Oh, did you go? Did you go into the fence?
Yeah.
Were we not supposed to?
Should have warned you about that.
Right. Well, maybe. Is there
I thought you were just going to go meet Esther.
Is there anything else we should know about? Anywhere else we shouldn't be going?
The house? Have you been warned
Yeah.
about the house?
Right, about that.
Yeah.
Where's Tulip?
Your friend, they went up to the castle. He points to the castle.
Yeah, Clara just looks at the castle and like puts a hand on Light's shoulder. Light, there's a castle.
Like, your eyes are immediately drawn to the mirror, or the windows.
Light, there's a castle. Castle.
Do you see that?
Yes. Goodwin. We talked to Esther, and she said that you had all of the mouse guard gear. Would that be in a castle as well?
That it would. In a place of honor.
Can we go?
Right. We should go talk to Tulip.
I want to
Late.
go into the castle.
We should go talk to Tulip and get her
Okay.
caught up.
All right.
And I lean down, and then the three of us can get the rest of the mouse guard stuff and go deal with the Rat King. Right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right. Tulip Castle. We'll see ourselves over there.
Good one, sir. Great, sir. Now that I see you have such a appreciation for the mouse guard, I too share the same appreciation. And if you could point me in the right direction, we could of where we might be able to acquire some cloaks and
We don't make that sort of thing here ourselves.
do you just have some lying around?
Don't believe so, other than the place of honor. Probably wouldn't want to wear those, though. They're rather torn and bled upon.
What's the place of honor?
In the castle.
Oh. Okay. All right. Thank you for your help. We shall meet again.
You'll have to check that sword in.
Oh, of course I will. Where do I check?
You are looking at it for the first time. You currently have hold of a sword.
Say what?
I'm glad you noticed. This, Where do I check it in?
You can do that with me. I can keep it at the outhouse.
Okay. Take good care of her. I've had her a long time.
I can tell. It's quite a fine blade.
It is. Yep.
Is it?
It's a little worn. It could probably use.
Okay. Cool.
It looks like standard issue mouse guard like swordery.
Cool.
I just do one of these to Clara.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. What? And like maybe as we walk away, I just lean down. I'm like, where did you get that?
I don't know, but it's awesome.
I wonder, maybe.
Do you think it came from Esther?
Yeah, I think so.
Woo! Oh my god. Let's go
We're
find Tulip. Let's go.
we're walking up to go find Tulip.
Tulip.
You see Tulip as you're heading up.
Tulip. And I'll like run up to you and give you a big hug.
Clara.
Oh my goodness, I have so much to tell you.
We have so much to tell you.
We talked to Esther, and then there was a large bird. Her house was a bird. Her house was a bird, or it was on a bird. The bird was in the house, but then afterward, Esther was gone, and the bird was gone, and then we saw the shadow beast, and we heard about the Rat King. Have you heard about the Rat King? So there's a Rat King, and feel free to talk over me at any point.
Well, no, so like Tulip will let you explain all this stuff and then be like, the bees think that I was fulfilling a prophecy
Of course.
to defeat the Rat King, and I'm supposed
Perfect.
to lead them out of the garden, I think.
What was I just telling you, Late?
Paige kind of like, is that not what you're supposed to be doing?
No, it definitely is.
Yep, that's
They
us.
have a
That's
stained
us.
glass window of me.
Really? That's quite an honor.
But I was before I came here.
That's how it works.
Things are just sorta weird here. I'm starting to get used to it.
I mean, I learned to fly today.
Right. So
I mean, that's true.
it
So-
follows. Of course you have a window. Clara stops for a moment as like this sheer absurdity of that hits her. You have a window?
You do too, I think.
I have a window?
Yeah, and so does Late. I mean, it's not exactly us. Like, I had different flowers, but
I turn
What
to
are-
Light. You have a window?
What are we doing in the window?
I don't know.
We're
The
not doing
GM
right?
didn't tell me.
Because if we're doing, that's gonna change. That's gonna
Can
change
we-
how excited I am about this.
No, I don't think you were dying.
Great.
I want to look at Paige and be like, is there a chance that we can look at our windows?
I mean, we're supposed to talk to the princess tomorrow, I
Oh.
think.
And the windows are with her.
Oh,
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Hmm.
there's a princess.
That's just wonderful. I'm oh,
Do you all need a place to rest? We are supposed to take you to the accommodations.
The mouse
that would be
accommodations.
wonderful.
They
I'm
have special mouse accommodations for mice.
of
Well-
course they do.
It was
Has-
it's said to be the old rooms of Anslis and Abram when they were in town.
Did you know Esther was a mouse guard?
I did.
Yes, she has a spot.
Yeah. Well, no, sorry. I was saying that to
Oh,
Clara.
sorry.
We,
No. Sorry.
you're
Did you-
perfectly
did you-
fine, Paige. I understand. You need to learn your place a little bit. It's totally okay.
No, Paige is nice. Did you know Esther was a mouse guard?
We did. We talked to her about it.
Mm-hmm.
And there
She,
was two others, Ansley and Abram.
We should.
I think.
Yeah.
we
Oh, wait,
should
do
they're
we-
talk.
dead.
We didn't
Oh,
know
I guess
their
we don't know
names.
who those
no.
are.
We know
Never
they're
mind.
dead. We should go to our rooms and we should
And
talk
we can maybe
about our mouse guard business that we
Yeah.
have to talk about.
there. It's super private, secret.
Very
mouse guard
important.
business
I
tool.
mean, I told them we weren't mouse guard.
We're
Well-
definitely mouse guards though. Like
It's understandable you would make that mistake. You've been through a lot.
right, we've been trying to keep it on the down low, trying
I mean,
to
clearly
keep a
I'm
low
wearing the mouse guard
profile.
cloak.
Right, she had to leave her sword at the. And,
But- and
I look
I had
meaningfully at Tulip at the gate. Her actual sword
My
that she
real life
actually
mouse
had.
guard sword that's definitely mine and I've had for so long.
You can
So-
see Paige getting more and more excited as getting more, like raised up and like shaky.
So we're going to
Not the
retire
fangirl.
to our chambers and
Mhm.
talk about our very important mouse guard business.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Paige. You've
Thank
been
you so
amazing.
much.
You are
I'm
such
Truly.
a
I'm supposed to
she-
stay by. I'm supposed to help you guys if you need anything in town.
She's supposed to take us to our accommodation.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. Kind of points. It's actually like it's saying sort of like wax house, but the door's obviously much bigger, and there's windows, and it's 2 stories.
Right. Well, if we need anything, we'll be sure to call.
oh
I will be just next door. Ring the
Paige,
bell.
I'm absolutely just famished, mouse guard. Do you have anything I could eat or
I will have things brought by.
oh thank goodness. You are just a blessing.
You're a peach, truly.
Ooh,
That's a good thing.
is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I had,
Do you
I-
want some raspberries?
I'm quite okay.
Okay. Right, the pollen.
Off I
you
go.
want Do you want some raspberries?
No, I want what they're gonna bring because we should
I
save
mean-
our stuff for ourselves.
We're gonna need the
For
provisions.
later. Yeah.
Guys, I don't want to be a mouse guard.
Come on, let's
Or-
go inside. Let's go inside. Let's go inside.
You go inside. It's actually looks almost like parts of this were constructed by mouse hands. Like, it's very familiar construction. Like, there's wood floors and tables and chairs, and you imagine one of either Abram or Ansley were carpenters, because you can see the sort of like intricate wood carving that you would do if you had to spend too much time in one spot. And upstairs there are 4 beds.
Right.
4 beds.
4 beds.
Who was the 4th mouse?
Hmm. So I guess we sit down at the table? Or at least Clara does. Clara sits down at the table.
I'm too excited. I'm like walking back and forth, pacing back and forth.
So according to Aster, everyone here is kept here by the Shadow Beast. And
Okay.
the Rat King controls the Shadow Beast.
Okay.
So we got to kill the Rat King. Well, I mean,
We need to
That's what
figure
she
out how... Esther wants us to kill the Rat King. I think if we can find out how the Rat King is controlling the Shadow Beast, maybe we can go home.
Okay. Well, the Bee Kingdom is in direct opposition to the Rat Kingdom.
Perfect.
And she
What?
like is gonna show Late and Clara
The scroll.
the scroll and be like, this was from Esther. She gave it to the bees to give to the next mice to remind us about. I'm just very overwhelmed. I need a minute, and I really
Right.
don't wanna. I don't. This is a lot. Can I just? I'm just gonna go for a walk. They said there's tulips out there, and I've never seen a tulip in real life. So I'm gonna go do that. But I'll be okay.
Okay. Do you want us to come with?
No, I think that Nox should get her cat off of the counter again. But silly kitty. But no, I think I'm just gonna go hang out by myself and just be Tulip and not a mouse guard right now.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So I want to go climb a tulip and sit in the mouth of the tulip, like in the picture that I posted like months ago when I decided my mouse was going to be named Tulip.
What check do you think that would?
No,
use?
but I don't want to use a check to climb the tulip. I want to use my check to try and communicate with the fireflies.
Okay, so you're just gonna hide in the tulip and talk to your fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I want to. I mean, I know the fireflies I can obviously talk to the fireflies, but I want to like see if by using my wild one I can like understand them more clearly. And in fact, can I double that by flying up to the tulip?
Yeah, I think we'll roll to see what happens.
Okay, but that's what I want. That's the goal.
You need at least one. This is op one.
Okay. And I'm gonna use It's not super late yet.
It's getting later. Like,
It's getting later. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use graceful for myself because I am a graceful mouse and can sit delicately on a flower petal. So that's 3. I did it.
all right. So you managed to, like you said, glide up to this tulip. Much to the amazement of the bees working around you, kind of like packing up for the day. Like they're closing down shop for the day because it's the evening. But they don't hang around at night.
yeah.
And you hear sort of like,
Oh,
So
Hello.
quiet.
and then you go settle down in the tulip, and
yeah.
you have you can go ahead and ask me 2 questions that you have for these guys.
Do you want time to think about them?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
switch
'Cause
scenes. Okay.
Well,
This
we're
is
at the top
really
of an hour.
important.
We can go to
Mhm.
our final
Oh
rank.
gosh. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to step away for a little bit, give Lauren some room to figure out what her questions are, and when we come back, we get to hear what she has to learn from the fireflies. But also, we will return to our trio of heroes as they perhaps take on the mantle of the mouse guard. See you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the final hour, episode 3 of Garden of the Giants. We have become full-fledged mouse guard with all of the privileges and power that accompany that. Definitely, for sure, 100%. Meanwhile, one of us, who has turned into a mousy magical girl, has flown onto a flower to commune with the fireflies. Ethan, where do we come back in? What scene do we drop to?
I think everyone wants to know what happened with these fireflies, so we're gonna do a little bit of conversation. So the fireflies are kind of like, there's 2 of them. They're kind of like swinging back and forth. Like maybe you have like your hands out and they're kind of like dancing between your fingers or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But because you're currently exhibiting, you are currently of firefly nature. Kind of, it's kind of what happens, right? When you take over this stuff, you are pulsing with them.
Tulips at
like
a rave.
Your pulsing is actually starting to like sync up as you're
Yeah.
kind of communing with them, and quite specifically, you get the sense that they want to take you where you want to go, where you need to go, where you are expected to go.
What do you know about this prediction?
You get a sense that it's not a prediction, it's sort of like they've seen it happen before. It keeps happening. They know it happens because they, in like a meta sense, are stuck in a Groundhog's Day. We talked about that a little before. They know the cycle. They know what happens because the cycle continues to happen.
So we can't break it. We can't get free.
You get the sense that they're not sure what you're saying by breaking it, but agree with you.
Break the cycle. We can't break the cycle. We're gonna be trapped. We're stuck here forever.
That is the sense that you're getting from them. But they don't agree with your like sense of dread.
Bugs are dumb.
You mean I don't want to be a mouse guard. I just want to go home and
I think at that point, the fireflies float out of the flower.
wait, no, where are you going?
Do you wish to follow them?
Yes.
You start floating through the air after them. And you get to a point where you're floating in fairly high above everything that's going on here. And in the sort of evening light, as everything's getting splashed in this golden light, and the fireflies throughout the entire garden are starting to twinkle on, you can see the whole garden again. And it's almost like they're trying to show you the garden. This is your home.
Well, I guess it's not the worst place to be. But can I see the stars?
You can see the fake stars.
But I miss the stars.
They kind of twinkle in and out, and then head back down to the flower. I'm going to mention right now, you are covered in pollen.
I flower.
What was that?
I had said, I know, I sat inside a flower.
Yeah. And then I think we're going to cut back to inside the mouse accommodations, as the bees have called it.
Clara's got like one arm over the back of her chair and her head's back.
In the chair?
Yep. She's just
All
passed
right.
out. I want to spend a check to sleep, dude.
Why don't
you-
you sleep in a bed?
She just passed out in the chair, is what I'm saying. Because she had the tired condition.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you sleep in one of the beds, you don't have to make a check, or you can spend a check, but you don't have to make a roll.
Oh, okay.
Or you can make a roll. You can make a health op 0.
Okay. Well then, I'm passed
Otherwise,
out
it will be
at the
one.
moment, but I will sleep
If I
in the
see
bed
Clara, if I see Clara passed out in the chair, I'm gonna like try to pick her up and move her to a bed.
later. That's the cutest thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you-
I think Tulip eventually goes back to the mouse accommodations and
Okay.
will
I'll-
like.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know when we get back to you entering. I think actually you enter just as late. Do you tuck Clara in? There's actually like blankets, and it looks you think that the beds actually have like maybe like cattail stuffing to make it kind of padded.
Yeah, I smooth the sheets out over Clara. I roll it back, smooth it out, fluff the pillow, and then I give her a little pat on the head and a kiss on the forehead. I'm like, sleep well. And then I head downstairs.
I think at that time, do you float through the door, or are you done floating? What? How in tune do you feel with your friend, your firefly friends?
Actually, I think she's feeling a little bit more mousy because she's homesick.
Okay. So yeah, you walk in. And you see Lake coming down the staircase.
Tulip, shh, Clara's sleeping upstairs. How are you?
The fireflies. They say we can't leave.
Okay. Well, what do you think of that?
I don't want to stay here forever. I want to go home.
Well, that's not what I mean. I mean, do you believe them?
I don't know. They seem to know more about this kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, the Fireflies are from here too, so no one seems to know anything more than what's immediately in front of them.
Yeah, but the Fireflies seem smarter. This happens. I mean, we kind of talked, and they said it was like it was a cycle.
Well, then we'll break the cycle. That's what we're here to do.
I don't know. I don't think we are. This has happened before, and it's failed before.
Well, I mean, I don't think we have a choice, Tulip.
I guess trying is better than not trying.
It's, well, I kind of stand up tall a little bit and I cross my arms. It's not a matter of you guess, it's that trying is the only option, and it is absolutely the best option. We can't just sit here and accept the fate because everybody else that's from here doesn't know any better. Do you know how long that Esther lady's been here for? She's been here for over 100 years. She's just given up is the problem. But we're not giving up. Right?
I mean, it looks like her friends got hurt real bad.
Well, they tried to take on the Shadow Beast, and that's not what we're going to do.
Have I ever seen a rat before? Do we know what rats are?
You do not know what
The
rats are.
hamsters told us they were like very big mice, if I remember right.
Yes, you were given sort of a description.
I just, I know you like reading about the Mouse Guard in your book, but we're not Mouse Guard. We don't know anything about fighting or.
Well, we don't have to. And you're right, I've only read about the Mouse Guard. I don't know about fighting either. What I do know about the Mouse Guard is that they're brave and cunning and resourceful, and they don't give up. And that's what we can use from the Mouse Guard. We don't necessarily have to take the Rat King on head to head. We don't even know anything about him. But what we do know is he controls the Shadow Beast. And those who control the Shadow Beast effectively control the garden. We're not necessarily in this alone. Obviously, the bee people are, big fans of the Mouse Guard too, so, we've got help from them at least in some way, hopefully.
I'm not brave like you, Late.
Well, first of all, let me tell you something. You are 120% brave, because if you weren't, you would have walked right up to that toad or tried to float over to it in the first place. I didn't want anything to do with that toad because I thought it was going to eat me or eat you. You're also not afraid of bugs, which is a big deal. And you seem to be really handling this whole floating thing very well. And we all are brave in our own different ways. We don't need to be brave in the same way. If we're brave in the same way, then, that doesn't make us very strong. But if we're all brave in different ways, then that means we're very strong. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Hello?
Hi, it's Paige. Hi.
Yeah. Hello.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
She opens the door and she's holding like a little platter.
I rush over and take it from her, not not out of eagerness for food, but just as a helping
Yeah.
gesture.
It looked like she was struggling with it. On it are some sort of like honey wafery cookies and some tea.
Oh, thank you so much, Paige. This is absolutely amazing. This will completely hit the spot. And I set it on a table.
Tulip will like try and brush off some of the pollen off of her fur and be like, do you want this?
She kind of takes it. Mousy pollen.
It's from a tulip. I know
Oh,
you like those.
tulip pollen.
Thanks for the food, Paige.
You can. She's like, oh, of course, yes. And she closes the door, and you hear like a fangirl sort of. And then the sound of flying away.
See, that's what I'm talking
watch
about.
Those mandibles.
Yeah, I help myself to, my fair share of the cookies and tea.
Surprisingly, the tea is actually very bitter.
Is it bee pollen? Is it just straight up bee pollen? Because that is gross.
You suspect it actually might be like actual tea.
Oh.
Like they have access to tea.
Oh, this is terrible.
Here, and she'll like Tulip will like take a raspberry section and just like squeeze the juice into the tea.
You now have raspberry tea.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. So if I want to get rid of hungry and thirsty,
At this point, you can actually just spend the check and it automatically goes away. Because effectively, what I'm doing here is using the. Normally in Mouse Guard, you have friends and family who can help you get stuff or alleviate conditions for free. This is counting as that for the moment.
Gotcha. All right, so
Because
then
they
I
are
have.
wanting to help you.
Cool. So that means I think I have one check left
Family.
because Dylan gave me one.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what to do with it.
Dylan has a bunch of checks too.
I have 2 left.
So okay. Let's talk about check economy. So,
I hear they're losing a lot of doctors over there. They're moving elsewhere.
we have to use a check if we want to go to a new zone. We have to use a travel check.
Yep.
Right.
We don't have to go to a new zone because, I mean, if we just stay here, then the B stuff will happen on the GM's turn.
Oh yeah, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave so soon because we still need to meet with the princess. And
Well, yeah, I mean, we're doing that in the morning, so like, and it seems like we're pretty done for the night. So the talking to the bee will be maybe that's what we should do first is talk to the fast forward, talk to the princess, and then figure out what to do with our last 3 checks.
Go talk to Beyonce.
Or we.
I'm canonically adding that.
Credit goes to Nox for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. If Ethan, you're comfortable fast forwarding us to the morning.
I would like to mention, just because this is part of an earlier thing, heavy downpour tonight.
Oh right.
Yeah, lots of raining. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Does that mean we sleep hella good then?
If you're good with white noise, yeah. Wow.
There's just like tons of like we get an outside shot of the house with rain and we just hear snoring in like from nearby houses. We can hear it coming
Shaking
from
the
where we're
rain.
at.
There's a shimmer of rain around the building from sheer noise factor.
Cheers. It's the sound wall created by our snores.
So when you wake up, there's a little bit of like a mist left over, but it's also become very muddy. Not so much inside the Bee Kingdom, but
Right.
elsewhere.
But if we're going adventuring,
I'm gonna add a condition to the board.
Muddy.
well, I think I wake up pretty early because I went to bed first. So I wake up bright and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, set about like opening cupboards and stuff, trying to set up sort of like a breakfast thing.
You do see some like, yeah, you can get a hold of some breakfast.
Okay.
There's, yeah.
Or at least like, can I make some tea or something?
Yeah, you might actually need to leave the house to do that, because as far as you know, they weren't prepared for you guys.
Right.
They have a common like.
So I like
as
look
far as-
around and see nothing, and
Yeah.
close the cupboards, and open the door.
Paige said that she would be next door.
Yeah. So I look around. I don't see anyone.
If
Step
it's
out. I close the door softly and walk over to Paige's.
the town is already sort of bustling. They're early bees.
Mm-hmm. I'll knock on Paige's door. Excuse me.
You hear, just come on in. Just come on in.
I open the door and peek in.
You smell pancakes.
Paige, darling. I was just looking to get some breakfast together for the other two.
Working on it right now.
Thank you so much. Can I offer you any help?
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Yes. Here, there should be an apron over there, and
It's like way too long for Clara. She like rolls it up.
it'd actually be way too small.
Would it? Are bees smaller than
Yeah.
mice? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
They're
okay.
slightly-
So like.
They're slightly bigger than normal bees,
Mhm.
but in comparison to a mouse, they're still probably like this. They're only like this big.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
fine.
They're like the size of a small child mouse.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Clara will help get food together, and then.
Stirring some batter.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then you guys are awoken by the smell of pancakes. And yes, Lauren, I do like pancakes. Pancakes are delicious.
I know. I just
And-
think you're just all about them all the time.
All about
Right.
pancakes.
It's a good thing to. I agree. Pancakes are delicious.
God food.
It's good to have passions.
Mouse guard, pancakes. What else
Same
do
thing. Why not both?
¿Por qué no los dos? Yay! I'll set up the table and then like quietly creep upstairs to see if Tulip or Late have woken up yet.
Have you?
Yeah. I'd imagine that Tulip is a bit of an early riser,
Good morning, Tulip.
considering. Yeah. Hi.
There's pancakes downstairs if you want to get yourself some breakfast. I'm gonna wake up late and we can get to talking about our day.
Yeah, we have to talk to the princess.
Right. I'll walk over to Late and like shake you gently on the shoulder.
No, Mom, I don't know. I don't want to go.
There's pancakes
Uh,
downstairs if you want some breakfast.
Okay. I slowly, painstakingly pull myself from this bed, this real life bed.
That's way better than sleeping in a watering can.
It's true.
And trudge downstairs for some pancake action.
The pancakes are a little weirder than normal. You mentioned making things with pollen. They probably use pollen instead of flour.
Great. I'm sure that works real well.
They use flour with a W instead of flour. So it's a little weird, but it's still tasty.
So
Yeah.
we have to talk to the princess today, right?
Yeah.
You talked to
Just-
her.
Yeah.
She seemed nice.
I mean, she seemed very accommodating.
All right. Take it.
And also her chair is made of bees, and her
Dead
cloak
bees?
is made of like real bees.
Okay.
Like
See, because
like
that would really flavor how I felt about this whole bee kingdom.
That would
versus
make me
Rat
not want to
Kingdom
meet
thing.
her at all, to be honest.
Right?
no,
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
real bees. She sits on them though, like it's their job.
That makes
And
sense.
sometimes they turn into her cloak. It's very weird.
You can sit on people and that's their job?
I mean,
Hmm.
she does.
I don't think this show is set up to handle that topic.
Late makes a note in the margins of the book. Investigate this at a later date when they get home.
When you're an
Did you-
adult.
Did you see where they were keeping the mouse guard equipment?
Oh yeah, it's right on the way to the throne room, but it's real destroyed.
All of it?
Yeah, it's really not in good shape.
Hmm. That'll pose a bit of a
And
problem.
I don't think they'd let us take it, but
I think
what-
they will.
Late has a sword.
That's one sword. There's 3 of us.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we could make weapons if we thought of. I mean, it's pretty easy to make a hook and line, and
We're
a bow is probably not so hard.
were all of the weapons in unusable condition? Were you able to tell?
I mean, they looked really broken.
Game master.
You didn't take too much of a look. You knew the shield was definitely destroyed.
Yeah.
And the bow, if it's been around for however long, probably isn't super great. The axe might be fine.
And then Abram had a sword as well.
Did I say sword or axe?
Yeah, there was
Uh,
a sword. There was an axe. There was a sword and shield, and there was a bow.
Yeah.
Right, sword. There's sword and shield.
And the
Yeah.
shield you said was damaged.
Mhm.
Several of the cloaks were damaged, but
The sword might be an option.
Yeah. Cool.
axe would be pretty cool too. Well,
Well,
I think Esther's saying that we need to take care of the Rat King. Though I disagree with how she thinks we should go about that. And the Bee Queen, if you say she's opposed to the Rat King, then I'm sure we could count on her for some help.
Yeah.
I think if we want to find out how the Rat King is controlling this shadow beast, and we want to take it from him, we're going to need to know more about the house. And
Mhm.
about
Well, I think we should talk to the princess before we make any plans.
right.
I agree.
We'll see what she can tell us. I'm gonna slather a pancake in some honey.
Plus, I want to see the look on Late's face when she sees all the mouse guard stuff.
Yeah.
Do we call it there?
I
Good
think we
night.
can. I think we can call it there and come back in the player phase again next
Mhm.
week.
Are
I
we
just want to, before we all forget, Lauren, how many checks do you have left?
I have no more checks left.
Okay, so you're at 0.
I've been keeping mine
late.
in the guard rank section on my.
Did you have 1 left, late, Knox?
Yes.
Knox late?
Yes.
Okay. And then
Dose.
Dylan, 2. Okay. Not as bad as I thought.
Oh, you put little numbers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's handy. How do you do that?
You know, when you open up the status effects and stuff, if you, instead of clicking, if you press a number, it will show up as a number.
What?
Our handy Roll 20 facts for the day.
What am I doing wrong here? Whatever. Sounds good. Cool.
So, do we want to do bigs and then
Let's do
we'll
bigs.
close out? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with beliefs.
I feel like I fulfilled my belief today. I feel
What
like
was
I
your
was.
belief? Oh, you
as
put
the
on
eldest,
an air of.
I felt like I was a very responsible mouse parent today.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's taken lots of charge. I left the kids with the guard at the gate while I went to go do the dangerous thing.
I feel like that's not very responsible, honestly.
I
feel like you
differ.
ran in.
You-
I feel like you ran into the middle of the road that you knew a dangerous animal was on.
I feel like Tulip and Late wanted to hang out with the fun bees and see the fun bee stuff, and Clara wanted to do the stuff that would get us out of the garden.
I'm putting my vote towards the belief was satisfied.
Okay. All right. Grab a fate.
Boop. I'm going to be re-rolling every single 6 I encounter for the rest of the game.
That's typically how it works, because you can't spend it on. You can do that, and you can re-roll stuff with. You can re-roll dice with wises, but those hardly ever come up. So, Lauren.
Yeah. My belief is the best way to learn is by doing. I learned to fly.
Yep.
True. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
By doing it.
Yes.
Sure did.
And commune with bugs and.
I
think
learned
that's
the
fair.
limits of my powers.
Tulip the bug whisperer.
All right. Knox.
My belief is knowledge is power and bugs must be tolerated.
You are certainly tolerating being surrounded by bee people.
That's a fair point. I didn't think about that.
I think early late would have taken this much work.
What's the
so-
consensus?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You're also you tried to learn quite a few things this session as well.
Mhm.
You used your knowledge to figure out facts like how long Esther had been here by using your knowledge of Mouse
Mhm.
Guard and previous
True.
matriarchs.
We did do that.
Had that book.
Mm-hmm. All
That
right.
book I made up on the fly during the first game.
Instincts.
I always explore new places. Yes. I charged us head first into every location we went to.
I mean, we did
Yeah.
go into the junk place, so.
Yeah.
Which I was not voting for in the beginning.
And that was explicitly maybe we'll find something interesting here.
You did.
Mm-hmm. On a dog.
It's a bad
Dog
place to
had
go.
Yeah, interesting in the Chinese curse kind of way. All right. Do we feel like I fulfilled my play instinct?
I think so,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lauren.
I leave a friend behind. Bugs are also friends. I refused to go follow Esther because I was waiting for Peter and Starla.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's true. Yep. Take it.
Take that point.
Take that point. My instinct is I seek out new information. So
Yes.
I did want to stay with the bee people.
It's true.
But
and
I
you
just-
did also want Esther to teach you stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before somebody disappeared them.
hmm
Hey. It's not my fault she's a ghost.
It's my fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those eyes were for Ethan.
Oh, okay.
She can come back.
Mm-hmm. Goal?
All right.
Goals now?
Goals.
To explore something strange. Yes.
You
House.
explored a chicken.
I explored a chicken. It was the weirdest chicken I have ever seen.
Pitch
Man,
black,
now
red
Hands to
eyes.
this is making me want like chicken fingers now, man.
Yes, go and take a persona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lauren?
I will talk to the bees. I
Yep.
talked to so many bees.
You talk to the princess of the bees.
You talked to Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. You talk
No,
to them.
Beyonce. Technically, she's only the princess, right? So Beyonce is the queen.
Okay.
Well, except that the queen is dying, and I don't want to think about that.
My goal is I will meet the rest of the inhabitants of the garden so I can find out more about them and this place.
Did you learn something important about the inhabitants?
I learned Esther used to be a mouse guard. She came here with her mouse guard buddies. 2 of them she thinks are dead.
I also learned about the conflict between the Rat King and the
True.
Bee
Yep.
Queen.
You learned about the
The
dog,
bees.
the bees.
Well, I'm guessing it's a dog. That was
You
that's
learned.
player knowledge.
You learned about the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we basically, like, this
Ooh.
session established all of
You
the
learned
setting
about-
information that we've
You learned
been...
about a toad.
True. Kinda. I don't know. I feel like I didn't learn that much about the toad.
You learned that the toad likes to meditate
Yes.
and
Weird
eat
hippie toad.
people. Weird hippie toad that eats all of everybody it talks to.
Yeah.
So what's the consensus on that one?
Persona.
I feel
Is there?
fulfilled.
Can you cap like? Can you hit a max with these?
Nope.
Nope.
Sweet.
How many
Portable.
do
But
you
that
have?
does mean that you achieved that goal, and so now you need a new goal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Writing some new stuff
Mm-hmm.
next session.
And the last bit, we got workhorse, we got embodiment, and we got
MVP.
MVP.
I'm gonna give workhorse to Dylan because he had the most checks, I'd say. Like he did all the he had the ability to do all the things.
True.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay.
Dylan is
Yeah.
Pathfinder buddy for sure.
Yeah. All right. And that gives me a what?
Persona.
Persona point. These are all persona
Yeah.
points.
Persona points are the best.
How about MVP? Who had a
MVP?
crowning moment?
And
A crowning moment.
yeah.
crowning moment? I think Late really came into her own this session.
Yeah. I Late's inspirational talk was really touching and wonderful.
Yeah, and that moment, I think it would be really easy to downplay giving the book to Esther, but that piece of information that Esther had been there for 100 years or so was like that was the inciting incident pretty much for Clara. So
It was
yeah, I think
pretty
the
important.
the big key moments for this session belong to Late.
I'll
Yeah.
take it.
And I think Tulip, Lauren, you embodied Tulip so well this session. Every single hour, Tulip was the most Tulip she's been this whole
Yeah.
game.
I definitely felt more like Tulip today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even. It's the flower crown.
We all
Yeah.
need props now for our characters.
Yeah, here.
I need a sword and or cloak. Oh, Dylan's already got the sword. All right, I need a cloak or something.
Dylan just has sword. Just
Yeah,
ready.
perhaps.
Of
I have one of
course
those
I do.
too.
Have a sword, Will.
I mean,
Will roll
technically, I also have a sword.
Oh my god, I'm the only one that doesn't have a sword.
Yeah, I've got my actual sword is over there.
Oh, that's a performance sword
This is
from the
this is
Philippines.
This is from a costume
Nice.
I'm gonna get a letter
Wait a-
opener.
made of plastic.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
deluxe pirate sword.
I liked your
Says-
pencil prop that you were using for the stick. That was really good. Okay, are we done with end of session stuff? Should we move to shoutouts?
I think so.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. So, to start us off, Lauren, please tell us where people can find you and what
Hi.
you're up to.
Hi, I'm Lauren. You can find me at JL_NiceGirl on Twitter. I do lots of stuff all over the internet. Let's see if on Mondays, I'm playing D&D 5e, either on twitch.tv/off_the-table or twitch.tv/dear television. On Tuesdays, every other Tuesday, so yesterday and then 2 weeks from now, I will be on twitch.tv/wanderingdm playing a Star Wars hack of D&D 5e. And that is also when episodes of our podcast, Too Many RPGs, that I do with Ethan comes out. This last Too Many RPGs is a podcast about people who love RPG shows and why they love them. And this last episode features me talking about my favorite thing. So,
Yay.
yeah. And then on Wednesdays, of course, I am here. And then earlier in the day on Wednesdays, I am on twitch.tv/ProRestarter playing Masks, A New Generation. I think that's it.
Awesome. You're a busy bee.
Yeah. I have a problem.
Nox.
Hi, I'm Nox. I'm not doing as much on the internet these days, and I'm pretty okay with that because currently seeking employment. So that's a bit of takes a lot of cognitive overhead.
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah. But outside of that fun real life stuff, on the internet, I am running a fantasy age game in the Blue Rose setting. I run that every other Saturday with some folks I know from the real world. So that's been a lot of fun. I have been trying to run a game of Dungeon World on every other Monday on my channel, Fable Tales, but just for various legitimate reasons, we haven't been able to play in a while. But that's totes okay. Every Monday that it's scheduled, we check in to see if we're able to play. So I'm hoping that we get to play again here soon. Obviously, I'm here every Wednesday until this game is over. And I think that's it. But on my personal Twitter account, I talk about my life and politics, role-playing games, all that kind of fun stuff.
Hell yeah. All right, and last but not least, our glorious, illustrious game master, Ethan.
Hello! You can find me at Super Robot Bear on the Twitter. Things I'm currently doing. Writing a thing. I'm on a podcast where I talk about things that Lauren mentioned. This Friday at 9 Pacific, so noon Eastern, I will be in the part 2 of some Conan shenanigans where I play as a very tired, sad sorcerer. He's not sad yet. He's just very tired. Sorcerer who's very haunted. Very haunted. And that's really all that's going on for me. So Too Many RPGs, Friday mornings. That's actually a very fun game.
Also, if you love the stories Ethan tells, you should go buy his module, The North Sea,
Do it.
on
Yeah.
Drive-Thru RPG.
Mhm.
100%.
It's a thing. I'm actually planning on putting that on sale soon. So, like,
Ooh.
You can also buy it on Roll20 too, right?
Go
Correct.
Yes.
follow,
Mm-hmm.
go follow Ethan at that Twitter handle
Super
right there that
Robot
you
Bear.
see on screen. Go follow him there. Keep an
Mhm.
eye out.
all right, but I think that's it for me. So, Dylan.
Awesome.
Is that
Yeah,
Dylan?
that's me. Hello. Yeah, this is my channel. I'm not gonna talk too long. I just want to say thank all three of you for this. This is amazing. I feel like every single session becomes the most fun I've had playing Mouse Guard every time. And that's pretty awesome. And I love exploring the dynamics that we're building between these characters. And Ethan, I love exploring this weird, magical place. Weird magical place that we're in.
I'm so glad it's so weird, and you're enjoying the weirdness of
That's
it.
so great.
But yeah, we will be live here on the channel again on Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We are having the second episode of From Dust, which is my Dungeon World game that I'm running here. We've been having lots of conversations in Discord between episodes, and I'm pretty psyched to see what direction the players take the story next. So if you're into some somewhat darker, less bright and fluffy mouse stuff, but still lots of like inter-character interaction and that kind of stuff, that's a good show to check out if you haven't watched it already. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night.
Good night.
Night.